Hello, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nanatufo Boateng. I was looking to say another exciting episode, but it's not so exciting after the rains of yesterday and its attendant flooding and the challenges that accompanied it. So first off, we want to commiserate with the families that lost relatives, that lost loved ones. Our condolences to these families, and we pray that the good Lord himself will continue to strengthen you, and we pray that the good Lord himself will keep the souls of the departed. Of course, we expect that some concrete action will be taken regarding the perennial flooding in the city, so that subsequently we are able to, if not prevent it, at least reduce it to the barest minimum. Now, concerns are rife regarding our poor planning, if you like, the absence or inadequate policy engineering, the failures of authorities to enforce the bylaws and the laws and regulations itself, the non-compliance of us, the citizens, with regulations, and of course, sitting atop of this is the indiscipline. Indiscipline cutting across both ways, that on the part of authority, because failure to actually implement the laws is actually also indiscipline. Indiscipline on the part of people who have the ability to build, the resources to build and build well, but choose to build on waterways. And then to the general public, the use and the eyes, the indiscipline with indiscriminate waste disposal. You can see the videos on your screen. This is Alajo. If this much waste is gathering, won't it choke our drains? Where do you expect the water to pass? And if the water has no way, if you like, to flow through the drains constructed for it, don't you think it will flow back into our homes and flood our homes? Don't you think it flows back onto our roads and flood our homes? Don't you think it flows back into our communities and flood our communities? I think we can do better as a people. And the fact that every year we come around the table around this same time of the year to discuss these same problems, for me is it's becoming nauseating, if you ask me. We know the right things to do. Just look at this amount of waste. Just look at that. And it's quite mind-boggling, if you ask me, that we're able to do this to ourselves as a people and expect that there will be change. How do you get change if you continue to do this? It's I don't know. We have a serious sanitation challenge in this country, and until we strengthen solid waste management, just look at a human being, a rational human being. This is supposed to be an adult with a brain in their head working. But I don't know if it's working clockwise or anti-clockwise. Just look at that. I mean, what is wrong with us? And you see, my problem also is those of us who are just filming the thing for social media clout. This person needs to be reported. You see, the fact that you don't want to be the bad person in the neighborhood who is always reporting people puts all of us at risk. Because when the flood comes, it won't differentiate between who reported who and who threw the rubbish in the drains. It will come for all of us. So please, when you see people misbehaving like this, we all should act. How can we have such waste? I mean, and you see, elsewhere, this is money. Elsewhere, this is money. You see, Bola, they see money. You get it? About, if I'm not exaggeration, 90% of these waste materials is recyclable. So elsewhere, people see money. But look at us. I'm a Ghana. Oh, let me go and dump it in the drain. The water will carry it. Carry it to where? Perhaps, I don't know. But you see, all this gives credence to those who are arguing that following the cancellation of the Zoom Lion contract, the situation has gotten worse. And it looks as though the local assemblies are unable to, in fact, ensure proper solid waste management. And so perhaps it's time to go back to the table and consider some of the things that we have done. Maybe, if we should redefine the terms and agreements or the terms and conditions in the contract and involve the private people properly, devoid of political influence, perhaps we can do a better job at waste management. Because this is troubling, that a major drain carries this amount of waste. We'll have a problem in this country. And you see, the conversation should not only come up when the rains come and there's flooding. It should be a sustained conversation until we find a lasting solution to this problem. Why do we do this to ourselves as a people? And then we turn around, ostrich, and come and pretend as if we don't know what is causing the problem, or at best we don't even know the solutions. Look at this. I think we can do better. And enough of the political talk, enough of the jargon, enough of the rhetoric, enough of the sloganeering. We need action. Can you imagine if the rain had continued for 2 days non-stop? It gets tiring, but like I've always said, we can only get tired. We can't give up, because this is the only country we have. We cannot go and adopt any other country as our home. This is the place we call home. This is the only home we have. And so we need to do all possible to safeguard and to protect this home that we have. People are building anywhere, anyhow. People are dumping anywhere, anyhow. Landfill sites are full. Illegal dump sites are creeping up. People too are deliberately dumping in waterways so that they can fill the waterway and come and build on it. What is wrong with us? It's quite sad. It's quite sad, and I don't know what it will take for us to finally, if you like, agree as a people to deal with this matter. Our inefficiencies are exposed every time there's rain in this country. Why? When others have developed technology to harvest rain and turn same for irrigation. It's raining in Accra where we are not planting any food, but then you go up north and we have dry spells. And we, after all these years, we haven't thought about ways to come around this problem. When we have some of the finest engineers, some of the finest researchers. Hey, where lies our allegiance? Who matters to us? Is it the next generation or the next election? Oh, Charlie, it gets tiring. It gets tiring. And you see, we cannot continue doing the same things and expect different results. Listen, if you think we don't have the capacity to deal with the sanitation issues, the private sector has proven time and again that they can handle this. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's engage further. Let's fine-tune the contracts or whatever it is that we think we have a problem with. And let's bring the private sector on board. It's as simple as that. And let's stop moving the sanitation thing around different ministries, changing roles, affecting policy implementation. Oh, Lord, it gets tiring. It gets tiring. Lives are lost too. And to think that human lives will be lost to an issue such as this, self-inflicted disaster. This one, you can't blame it on nature. Nature did not do anything to anybody. Did nature build a 3-story building in a waterway? Did nature dump refuse in the drains? And those of you moving to the new neighborhoods, the new areas, you should be interested in how serviced these areas are. Are there proper drainage systems there? Do the drains have the capacity to hold the amount of water that flows through them? You see, you should be interested. It's not just that you have the resources and so you want to go and build, so you just go and build. As for the assemblies that give the permits, I don't know. I mean, it's a collective responsibility and we need to deal with it as a people. We are all to blame. We are all to blame for this. we are all to blame for what is happening to us. And at this point, I think we deserve what happens to us because it's our fault. You see someone dumping in a waterway, you won't go and report because you want to be what? Holier than thou. There's nice people like you that destroy a country because you are too nice to enforce the law. And so people will break the law and get away with it. And we all suffer the consequences as we did yesterday. Anyways, enough said. Enough said. The rains will come. We will continue to be Ghanaians. We will do our own thing. When we all die, then that's it. Maybe the Togolese or the Ivorians will come and inherit our land. And then that will be all. Enough about the drains and the flooding and the... What? No, I think at this point we need some psychological evaluation. We are a sick country. Seriously. Hey! Let's do sports. Because this thing is too much. Let's do sports. Because the thing, you know, it's up in the head. It's a problem up. It's a problem upstairs. And if we don't clean upstairs, definitely the downstairs too will be dirty. So yeah. Let's leave it at that. Kelvin Adam Kai is here. Adam, let's do sports. I'm getting tired of this. Although I won't give up, I'm getting tired.
It was just sad. Yesterday, I saw places that I've never seen get flooded.
Yeah.
It was just really disappointing. I just hope that when things like this happen, it gives us the opportunity to reflect and maybe, hopefully, things can be different.
The problem is, you know how many years we've been reflecting?
79.
Bro. We won't learn. That's the thing. We won't learn anything from
I feel
this.
I feel like this one is, in recent memories, one of the most serious we've experienced. This should hopefully be the catalyst for some change.
Anyways, we're in the round of 32.
Yeah,
some surprises.
See how I'm rubbing my hands.
Oh, I didn't expect Paraguay to do.
See how I'm rubbing my hands. The World Cup has officially begun.
It
has begun.
This is where the real contest is.
Yeah, this is the real deal. So it started off with South Africa against the host nation, Canada. It was a really, really good game. I liked how Canada approached the game. They were comfortable relinquishing the ball to South Africa. They created even more chances than South Africa, even though they didn't have as much as the ball as South Africa did. But when it mattered the most, in the very, very dire moments of the game, they got the all-important goal and ran away with the match. Sometimes the World Cup goes this way.
I think that was their plan all along. Like you said, they were comfortable relinquishing the ball to South Africa, allow them to attack, then probably catch them on the
I think Africa as a continent, with all our teams that are representing us, we'll have to look at finishing as a question mark when it comes to most of the continent's team. Because I've seen a lot of games where genuinely the African teams have possessed the ball better, created better chances, and they have little finishing touch. South Africa, the game that even qualified South Africa to the round of 32, I could say by the end of the first half they should have been at least 2 goals up, but they were just fluffing their lines, not putting the chances away. They did manage to get the important goal, but when it gets to the knockout rounds, those fine margins, they are really, really important. Then we saw Brazil take on Japan, which was a game I really enjoyed to watch. 2 teams that like to play on the front foot. Japan took the lead first. They kind of had a great early spell to the game, but Brazil slowly grew into the fixture. The kind of talents that in the Brazil ranks, it was not hard for them to get their things going. When they got going, they really looked good. They created a lot of chances and finally got that winning goal through Martinelli. I think if Brazil can watch how they start games a bit more.
I was going to ask you about that. If it is a challenge they are facing or it's a deliberate strategy. If you watch all their games, they don't get off to a good start.
They don't get off to a good start, and they kind of grow into the game. I don't know. Carlo Ancelotti is a bit old school, so he kind of has his methods, and he does know how to get results out of players who are at top level. So I don't. Him in a knockout stage, he's somebody I'm always kind of wary of because he can get over the line. But
he always has a right.
They are so far, in the beginning, their talented guys weren't coming to the fore, but now you can see Vinny is enjoying himself a bit more. Martinelli is chipping in there. Bruno and Casemiro seem more comfortable with each other. So I don't know.
What's the story with Neymar?
Neymar can't seem to stay fit. And this is why I even had the problem with his inclusion in the squad in the first place. When the addition was made, a lot of people were saying that he kind of has that magical maverick ability that Brazilians
Does
usually.
he still have it?
I mean, he still does. The football IQ is still there, but I think his legs are not there with how he's been getting injured across the few. Neymar plays very flamboyant football, so he usually used to draw a lot of.
He's a Samba boy.
Yeah, Samba boy. He used to draw a lot of tackles, so that kind of has affected him a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like if they can get some good games out of him, he can be useful in the knockout rounds, because it's this period of the tournament where you need players of that nature. You need players who can create something out of nothing. But all in all, I think they put in a good performance and got the win on the
You can
night.
understand his inclusion because, you know, at World Cup stage, tournament football, big names actually do matter.
Yeah, big names matter. And so far, even at this World Cup, I'll say most of the big names have come to the party. Mbappe has come to the party. Haaland has come to the party. Leo Messi is doing Leo Messi things. Even Cristiano Ronaldo, who didn't get off to a great start, has eased in. So I think, if they have him in their ranks going forward, I think it should be great for them. Germany are also doing their thing for the past 3 years. They can't seem to catch a break when it comes to exiting the tournament. And it seems like since they won the tournament back in 2014, they can't seem to string a good line of performances together. Yesterday was another story of the same thing. I think the German team also kind of have a finishing problem, because yesterday Paraguay took the lead. They slipped Paraguay back. They create a lot of chances. They play almost double the shots Paraguay are playing, and they are not finding the back of the net. Then they go to the penalty shootout, and the person who equalizes for them, Kai Havertz, misses the first penalty in the shootout. And it's when you're playing a penalty shootout and one of your more prolific players or the players your coach is counting on, usually they put the players they count on the most at the first and the last penalties, because they want to get up to a good start and wrap it up nicely. So if a player of Kai Havertz's profile misses the first penalty, it kind of makes.
How bad was the miss?
Havertz is hit and miss with penalties. I think most of the time, for most attackers, what they tell you is that when you pick your position, like, stick to it. And don't.
The moment you are in two minds, you've lost.
Yeah, the moment you are in two minds, you've kind of like lost it. But I think yesterday was a day of like penalties being missed, because in the Dutch game against Morocco, they went to a penalty shootout and it was all over the place. They were the Moroccans missed, the Dutch missed, and there was I don't know. I think with the way the tournament is going, you're probably going to see more of these kind of things, because the games are getting ever closer, and you can't really. In the Moroccan game, both teams played really well. You see, the Dutch have a very, very expansive brand of football. The Moroccans too don't like to sit back. The Dutch scored first. The Moroccans equalized late in the game to take it to extra time. And when they got to extra time, you could tell the legs weren't really there. So at that point in time, especially the Dutch, with the kind of changes they were making, you could tell Ronald Koeman was tilting towards the penalty shootout. So it was just disappointing that he brought the guy at Bournemouth, Clivez, on. To play a penalty. Clivez missed his penalty. So it's kind of tough for the coach. I think the coach, he kind of planned and positioned his team for penalties, but some of the players couldn't come to the party for him. So
they didn't have a good day.
Yeah, it's very disappointing for the Dutch, because the Dutch were tipped as one of the teams who probably be the dark horses. If you look outside Argentina, you look outside France and maybe Spain, who haven't really had a great start themselves. The Dutch were the team that people were tipping have a balanced enough squad to kind of trouble.
They presented one of the best midfields ever.
Yeah. And even presently, I think they have one of the best midfields. They had one of the best midfields at the tournaments, but finishing. I think it always tells in tournaments when that's what separates the elite teams from the others.
The non-elites.
You see. Team like France, when they played against Senegal, I keep making this point. Senegal gets 2 really good chances in the first half, they fluff it. France get 1 chance early second half, bang, back of the net. So these kind of fine margins will always decide titles. It's disappointing for the Dutch, because they will feel like they had a team that could make a deep run in the tournament. They got to the quarterfinals of the last edition, and they only lost to the eventual winners, Argentina. And that game went to penalties. So it's really tough luck on them. I just hope that within the next 4 years, they kind of have an aging team. So I just hope they are able to quickly refresh the team and come back stronger. But France, Sweden later on, and the Ivory Coast, Norway, we're hoping our African brothers can do what South Africa didn't do and what Morocco did and make it to the round of 16.
So let's look at the big names that are out.
So far, we have the Dutch and we have Germany. Yeah, I think South Africa, Canada, it could have really gone either way. So nobody's really... If Canada left the tournament, it would have been a surprise because they are the host nation. But all in all, I don't think any... Like, they are teams of similar level. So anyone progressing is not really... But the Germans leaving the competition early is it's really huge. Big news. Yeah, because they are one of the better squads at the tournament, and people were expecting a deep run from them also. So it's disappointing stuff. They can't seem to catch a break since 2014.
So Ivory Coast is in action today.
Yeah, at 5 o'clock they play Norway. Yeah. It's not an easy one. They have
the Elephants versus the Vikings.
Yeah, they have a gunman, a hungry gunman in Haaland. He seems to be adapting to the tournament. So this is first tournament, and he's already gotten 4 goals on the board. So he's somebody that the Ivorians should really be watching.
He should be the target of the Ivorians, or perhaps the Ivorians should stop the distribution to him?
The distribution will be more apt because Haaland thrives a lot on service. So if MS5 can devise a system that can nullify that service to him, get the likes of Odegaard and the more creative guys out of the picture, make it really difficult.
He I don't know. He comes across as a tapping type of striker.
He's the kind of guy that thrives on it. Haaland understands scoring any type of goal. He doesn't really mind the type of chance you create for him. He's there. So if you can cut the service out from him, I think you stand a better chance to last in the game. France, Sweden, I think that will go France way. I think France. Argentina are the defending champions, but with what I've seen from France so far, I think they are really the team to beat in the tournament.
Very well. Adam, thank you so much for your time and, of course, joining us for the World Cup conversations here on Breakfast Daily. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you the news review segment. Stay with us.
This July, get ready for stories that will make your heart race. From love and passion to secrets and lies that can ruin everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m, Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m, Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m, and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m, Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus, channel 134 on GoTV.
Get ready this July to step into a world where culture meets commerce, ideas turn into opportunities, and Made in Ghana takes the spotlight like never before. Welcome to the Northern Business Fair 2026. For 2 powerful days, the Jubilee Park will transform into a buzzing hub of creativity, innovation, and enterprise from the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From beautifully crafted products, innovative packaging, fast-growing local brands, and indigenous corporate bodies, every stand will tell a story of passion, resilience, and growth. This is not just a fair, it's a full experience. It's a place to discover, a place to connect, a place to grow. This is your chance to engage with Ghana's most exciting SMEs, startups, and homegrown brands all in one vibrant space. Dates Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th July 2026. Venue Jubilee Park, Tamale. Time 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Are you ready to showcase your business to the nation and beyond? Call 0205-973-973 now and secure your spot. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be part of the energy. Be part of the story. The Northern Business Fair 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, the National Petroleum Authority, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
After JHS and SHS, life can be confusing. You have many questions. What courses to choose? Which school to attend? What pitfalls to avoid? But the biggest question is, what is your dream for your future? If you are a fresh SHS or JHS graduate, join us for Life After School 2026 and take the first step towards becoming the future you. You'll learn to set the right goals, build the right relationships, and develop the right mindset for success. It's happening right here at Praise Presby at Showman Estate, Saturday, 4th July 2026, 8:30 a.m. And the best part is completely free, including refreshments.
Life After School 2026 is brought to you by the Junior Youth Ministry of the Praise Congregation of the Presbyterian Church at Showman Estate in partnership with City FM, Channel 1 TV, PCJ TV, and Coca-Cola. Life After School 2026. Purpose, God, success.
Why do we remain in places that drain us? Sometimes the pain we know feels safer than the uncertainty we don't. But what if the comfort you're holding on to is the very thing standing between you and the life you deserve? This week on Lifeline, we explore the hidden reasons we stay in comfortable misery and how to find the courage to step into something better.
Why do people stay in hurtful situations? You know this situation is not good, you know this situation is hurting you, you know this environment is toxic. Why do we settle in situations like that and do not want to leave to the next level? We don't like discomfort, but you teach yourself to handle discomfort. You teach yourself to do it anyway. Sometimes we love convenience too much. I can't say that too loud. We love convenience just too much. Little pain, little resistance, we are running away.
Lifeline airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello there. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. I am Nanatufo Boateng. The show is an interactive one, so we'd like to hear from you. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. You can do so via text. The WhatsApp number is on your screens. Alternatively, join us on Facebook or on YouTube, where we're streaming live. Drop a comment there. We have very interesting posts on Instagram as well as on X. And we've reserved some exclusive videos just for you on TikTok. So kindly follow, subscribe, like, share, and all the activities that you engage in on social media. Please do same for us, Channel 1 TV GH. We would appreciate you so much. Let me say good morning to Larry Dogbe. He is the managing editor of the Herald newspaper, and he's in studio with us. Sir Larry, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you.
Sure, thank you.
Dr. Dixon Adumaku Kisi is here. He's a former member of parliament for Anya Sultum. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Thank
Now,
you.
we're not sure if we're going to have you in studio today.
Sure.
For infamous reasons.
Yeah.
For a very interesting reason.
Yeah, you gave us a scare last week.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the hazard of the job. Okay. And journalists as we are, we go through this all the time. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, we do. We do. We go through this all the time. But thanks to friends, family, people who have followed my work over the years and appreciated the level of, dedication or the things that we put to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, more importantly, thanks to this house as well. I mean, I was told that you took it personal. You took it personal.
Oh, you're one of us.
Oh, yeah. I'm not beyond being one of you. It's also that I think I'm not sure you invite me here just to come and talk. Maybe you believe that maybe I have something to offer. That is how come you get me here. And so I'll be the last person to disrespect our state institutions. You get it. But be it as it may, things happen. Luckily, good friends, lawyers, judges, all manner of people, politicians, the average policeman, the prison officer, I was shocked that people came out with that level of, support. Yes. And we are still going through the process. I'm on bail pending an appeal. Yes. And we'll go through this.
When is the next hearing?
We are supposed to, the bill was granted as party. So we are supposed to, file the additional document, and that one will be on service. So Kevin Autry and his people will be served, and then we square it out.
Very well. Doc,
but I want to thank everybody who supported. People were ready to contribute money to pay my lawyers. People did stickers, free Larry Dogbe now.
It's a revolution.
Oh yeah, I mean others did it, breaking news.
Yeah.
The calls that came. Colleague panelists here.
Yeah.
In-house journalists all over. People were calling the world over. Beyond all this, I'm actually a very private person. But to have been flooded with that level of support, at the point in time, my phone went off.
Yeah.
And people managed to trace my wife, my uncles in the village,
right?
My aunties all over the place, my mother and many others. I haven't seen that kind of thing before. Yeah. God is good.
All the time.
Yeah, God is good.
All the time. I could have sworn and Deacon Kam almost cried.
Oh no, some people cried. Yeah,
Andy, good morning.
Some people cried. Sky, he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Bernard couldn't take it. Samens couldn't take it. Who else?
Yeah.
It's so many people. Suparu was calling. Abanga was calling. Almost everybody. Dixon didn't call. I'm sure for obvious reasons. But a lot of people called me to show their support, to show their love, and I'm grateful. And even to your cameraman and everybody here, and Charlie, I'm grateful. I won't do anything to disappoint them.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm
grateful.
grateful.
Quick comment on this issue.
Yeah, it's terrible that we've been talking about press freedom, okay, and the protections that are supposed to be granted to quote-unquote whistleblowers in this country. And I'm not saying he's necessarily a whistleblower, but he's doing the media work that all of us hope that Ghanaians do. And I really think that, not to be political, but I think that this administration needs to be a bit careful with how they manage people in terms of the rights of the ordinary man. And I'm not talking just because I know him, but I speak in generality, that the state should not be weaponized against people who are saying or speaking their mind. And I don't support all the things that people put out in the media, no. But I also think that people doing their due diligence and reporting on things that they want answers to should be heard. This is right to information, post right to information bill, which has been, passed as an act. And I really think that maybe a word of caution to Mr. President, because everything stops at his door. And I think that he ought to, through the Attorney General's office, retrain, let me use that word, retrain the police service, retrain the court systems, so that people are afforded their rights. And in many instances, I think that the process for arrest and detention now has to be carefully looked at in this country, where individuals are just picked up without prior engagement or even, prior assessment of the quote-unquote accusation, And I hope our judiciary, is looking at all of this, in many instances, before even the police can initiate arrest, they ought to have gone through some checks within their own organization to ascertain the veracity and even the as it is, you know, how true the accusations are. It's almost as if once you go accusing somebody, you literally give the state institutions the right to go and apprehend.
Right.
It's true, huh?
And I really think that is wrong.
There are a lot of people in
That is
police
wrong.
cells.
Yeah.
That is wrong.
Giving bail, but they can't execute the bail. There are instances where people, are brought from, this Galamsey site and dumped in Accra. No family member is coming.
No one even knows where they are.
Listen, let me share a story with you.
And they are even there for 8 months. What to eat is an issue.
One lady,
People have been on remand for years.
Thank you.
One lady happened to have had an issue, ended up at Amasaman police station about 4 weeks ago. That was the time she saw her brother in the Amasan police station. He had been there for like 6 months. He didn't know how to access his own family. No phone, nothing.
Yeah.
So the issue that took the sister there is what connected
The two of
her
them.
to the brother.
Wow.
They didn't know where the brother was for a long time. And these are very bad stories.
You would have to do something about
Very
that.
bad stories.
Indeed.
So,
even the
so,
judiciary.
so I really think that, and mind you, some of the issues that took them there, that is costing the state now, are issues that should not have been, should not warrant keeping a person in the cell for all this time with no proper, as it is, accusation. And I also think that, let me just conclude on this matter. We need to have a body that cross-checks police work.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they get away with so much.
So who polices the police?
Sometimes they become judges of their own.
Yeah.
Right.
And handle cases. And I don't want to say some things here, especially with these DOFSU people, cases of even incest and things like that, and how they are managing them in this country, and as it is, even extorting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Extorting.
So there are times if you don't pay a detective, you'll not be taken to court.
Yeah.
Okay. If you
I
don't
mean,
pay a
these are
detective,
bad.
Yeah, you'll not be taken to court.
Yes, and you'll be just there.
To post bail or to execute the bail and all that. I mean, you have to pay all your way.
It's terrible. It's terrible. So I really think that there should be a body.
Human rights records is bad.
A body that examines police work. We need to have a body that examines. In other places, even judges' work are examined by a higher authority of peers of judges to check if how you handled a particular case was in all fairness and that you are not influenced. We know some influences through a NAS. We know goats can do a lot, but my key point is that I'm not saying that all judges are influenced by goats and what have you. But the key point is that some decisions you can just glean from it and say that this one, some good machinations happened, and I think that we need to commend judges who do the right thing and also call out bad judgments. I think today we'll be dealing with one such case. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
We'll get there. Well, let's start off.
You're a news editor. There's something would you want to find out. The police administration need to answer how do the suspects they keep in their cells get fed? Okay, how do they eat?
Right.
Because if your family member doesn't come to give money to
or
you
bring food,
listen, you go hungry.
Yeah.
You go hungry.
The police does not have a system where it feeds.
Yeah. Funnel.
Wow.
some relatives end up feeding 10 suspects.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I have stories.
And some officers.
And some philanthropists also. You know,
I mean, the relatives will feed the suspects plus officers.
Yes. Yeah, that one. I mean, you can't take some very nice meal and then forget the police.
No.
they have to check the
There's
meal
always
first.
a plate for the constable.
You
or
know,
the-
they have to check the meal
There are
first.
instances where a supposed crime was committed in Volta region, and then the suspects brought to Accra and dumped man and son in police cells. The father who is supposed to work for the boy to get out, the father is in the cell with the
with
son.
the son.
And he's not even implicated.
Yes.
It's just by virtue of that's the son. So they
You get
picked
it.
him up.
A bill has been granted. They can't post the bill because even look at where the family is.
Exactly. Yeah.
The man is like, listen, I'm a rice farmer. Whatever it is, I can cultivate the farm, and then when I raise money, I settle whatever debt it is. Oh no, nobody's ready to listen.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Sometimes the law is in the bosom of the policeman.
Yeah,
And that needs to be checked.
yeah, it doesn't get to the judge.
Yeah.
The judge would have granted bail, all right, but then,
But the execution of the bill
oh
is another thing.
yeah, it's been commercialized.
Very well, very well, very well. Okay, so let's get into our issues for today. Of course, we all know the situation we had to deal with yesterday. Today, I'm going to start off with the comments from our viewers. So I'm going to read a few messages before I get into the conversations with our guest in studio. This one says, good morning, I am Eben from Kwabenya. As we are all calling on the authority to be proactive and act on policies, let's also as citizens desist from bad attitudes for once. Yesterday, I was able to rebuke someone from putting refuse in the rains. Let's cultivate the habit of saying something when we see something going wrong. And as usual, he sends greetings to the Honorable Julius Deborah, Chief of Staff, the Honorable Peter Kwesi of Tama Shipyard, and the Honorable MC Yagbo of Ga East. My point is, people will always dump those waste in the rivers and gutters because there's no leadership in this country. Meanwhile, we have politicians at the helm of affairs doing their politics as usual. In as much as I disagree with the dumping of waste, I think we put people in leadership position to make policies, rules, enforcement of same, to put the citizens in shape, as well as smartly making money from it. But sadly, our politicians are thinking of doing lazy things just to win the next election. Good morning, Channel 1. My name is Bosheba inside Fadama. Bossman, looking at what we Ghanaians are doing to nature, I think one day God should just clear all of us and use the land to farm rice, millet, and maize for the fowls in the world. How can a 9 months born rational human being behave like this? It's raining and you're throwing rubbish into the gutters and you expect the government to do what? God will continue to punish us until we change from our ways. Good morning, Nana. I agree with you that we all need some psychiatric treatment. We have all refused to accept collection of natural rain for use. Meanwhile, we cry if for 2 days our taps do not flow. Mauli School was established by the Germans. All classroom blocks have a basement designed to collect rainwater and left pumps placed on them some 75 years ago. We could have at least have all school blocks designed like that. This is Kojo from Peki. This one says, hello, Nana Tifo. About your thoughts about who to blame for the flooding in Accra and its devastating effects, I disagree with you blaming all of us. There's a reason societies put persons to positions of authority. One is for them to use their subject matter expertise to deal with issues on our behalf. Through an elected government, we provide those in authority with the power to act on our behalf. Normally, if those in authority fail to act, that's where we all suffer. So those of us that are not in positions of authority cannot be blamed for these flooding and their effect. Thanks. This is Emmanuel Yalai Yati Teshi. Okay. Emmanuel, I agree that you disagree with me and I agree with your submission. But if the authorities fail to act, should common sense fail us? That's my question for you this morning. All right, Doc, Anya Sotom, what was the situation there yesterday?
You should be asking how he got his shirt, the shirt he's wearing.
Yeah, you had lights to iron.
Yes, the lights went out, but it came back.
Very well.
Yeah. So, but I think that in all fairness to ECG, sometimes based on electrical issues, I think, and to save some lives, I think it makes sense that they offered. But let me first of all talk about families that have lost loved ones. There's been, death reported across the country. I'm aware of, I think, 3 children in my area. And then I think in Ablekuma North, a mother and daughter, at least just because it's border town for me. And there's been other reports within Accra where people have lost lives. Kaswa, towards Kaswa, Wager, I think, passengers also were taken away. But let me say that is something we need to look at. It's a very painful experience. Healthy people living their lives only to drown by circumstances beyond their control. There's also a fortunate video of a man who rescued, let me put it that way, somebody who was being dragged
away by floodwaters.
It is terrible. But in all of this, let me also put on record that our warning systems need to be improved. I mean, I went to bed Sunday night unaware of heavy rains coming. I think I consume news like an average person. So if I did not know that there was going to be a heavy downpour at night, how much more the ordinary person who doesn't have, or even has a YAM phone, let me put it that way.
But were you interested in knowing?
Listen, I really think that if I knew this heavy rains was going to come up, I would have slept in a different way, okay? Or even slept
at
in a chair.
different place.
That one is also true. But, and some of these people woke up with their bedroom flooded.
Yeah.
And some may have drowned unaware because they were asleep, and the rains and water took over. As you can see, this is serious.
The water actually broke the window.
Yes.
And then
so it's above window level.
Yeah.
That's about 5 feet.
Yeah.
And
we know 2 feet of rushing water can actually move a car.
Yes.
Yeah, 6 inches will knock you down.
So we've had and I think
of the currents.
There's about maybe 7 inches of rain that fell.
Yeah.
I don't really 7 or less. I don't know, but it was heavy. So I'll plead first of all, the warning systems have to be active. Granted that at times they warn and it doesn't happen, but I think I'd rather be warned and no rain happens than no warning at all. So we need to upgrade our warning systems by text or something,
Well, I agree that we need to upgrade, but I think for some time now the GMET has actually improved. They're actually even doing social media dissemination and all. They are engaging with the hydrological services.
So
I think there's some collaboration ongoing with the Ministry of Communication as well to, like you said, use the text or the SMS system to communicate. So in collaboration
with the MTNs of Ghana.
Right.
And Telecel, if I don't mention, I'll get into trouble. So MTN, Telecel,
Airtel Tigo.
Okay, Airtel Tigo. So that everybody can at least, have something. And then also the infomercials, radio stations, I don't know what you call them, but we need to make more effort to make sure that people are aware of this. And then, listen, I am of the opinion that all human beings, if unchecked, will do bad things. Just as human as we are. So our checks and balances in this country, we need to up it. Listen, there's one thing I must say that Buzia did for Sunyane, which still beats my mind. Listen, I've lived in Accra, but when you go to Sunyane, the roads are big.
Yeah.
The drains are there. And this is because the man imagined things. Buzia's time, how many cars did we have in this country?
Right.
But he thought of big roads, big drains, though they also get some flooding. But I must admit that the outline in parts of Sunyane, are impressive. And here we are in Accra. We are now rather overcrowding in many places, and where you don't expect somebody to put up a house, they are putting up a house, and these are troubling. I've always felt that our drains were not enough for the challenges we have in this country, and to have bigger storm drains is the next thing we have to do for Greater Accra. So other areas that have not been developed yet. Certainly, I would hope that the planning would ensure that the drains are a priority. You saw the Alajo situation where debris and scraps were floating, and it begs the question. I'm sure that these have been somewhere lodged and were supposed to be moved.
True.
But Kukwasa things. The Kukwasa things in this country, procrastination, and all of this is going into sea, and this is bad. Now, the other thing I'll plead with the government, as of today, enough of the talking.
Yeah.
Enough of the talking. People will come at me different, but listen, this is not an NDC problem. Neither is it an MPP problem. The rains do not know if my house is blue, red, and white. Neither does my house know if I'm green, black, and red. This is a Ghanaian problem. And it so happens that it's the NDC administration that is on. So I'm not here to castigate the NDC administration, but I'm here to ask them to take immediate action, because we're still in the rain, and enough of the talking and helicoptering in this country. In fact, honestly speaking, I respectfully have to say that sometimes the operations on the ground is even more important, because you can have aerial view with drones. Okay, you don't need to fly your president necessarily, when we have drones now to do aerial view for us. I mean, the president's life, already our aircraft industry in this country, our aviation has issues. We lost 8 people and we haven't replaced them for close to 10 months. And then you're going to put our president in an aircraft.
I'm sure due diligence was done before.
No, I think they need to stop that. Now that we have drones, they shouldn't be putting our president in an aircraft.
Sometimes you need to fly, so you have that emotional attachment.
What is the drones? The drones will capture the same.
Yeah, but first hand.
And fortunately, now individuals are TikToking all of these things to you. So I respectfully think that in this current era, and let me be a bit futuristic, we have drones that can even get much closer to the action if they are manned by people who are very well trained, so that we don't put the president's life at risk. Right. Because this administration takes a lot of time to replace people. Looking at our environment minister and defense minister situation. So these are some of the troubling things. And let me say that, listen, the funds that NADMO needs, very little has gone to them. And
you know this for a fact.
Oh, we've been in bed with NADMO. All they can come to you is give you solace. But what we need is beyond solace. And let me state here that NADMO's job is not rice and mattresses. They are supposed to be equipped to also do dredging. They are supposed to be equipped to do rescue.
Which they've been doing. Yesterday we saw them at Odona.
The Odona is one of 1,000 places in Accra. Okay? In addition to fire service. I mean, we saw yesterday fire service couldn't get to fire because of rain.
Yes, because the rain had blocked access to the sea.
But there are equipments that can really... we saw the Chinese hydro things working on a building very far from... listen, so we need... Listen,
a chopper could have actually been...
You have to admit that NADMO's equipment levels are low. And it's not an NDC government thing. Like, over the years, NADMO has not been well equipped. The Ghanaian NADMO, which is a disaster management authority, sort of, has been focused on giving rice and mattresses. And I really think that the focus needs to change. Prevention is also part of them. And they need to have appropriate engineers, not party faithfuls, appropriate engineers who can, in line with the assemblies, work to ensure that places where there are high risk of flooding, people are aware of, places where, you know, as I speak, just a major, you know, waterway, Lafa, within my constituency, is washing away a bridge. What are we going to do? It needs action today, not tomorrow. The road is literally being washed away. And that connects Sotom to Kwashiman. And if that washes away, we're in trouble.
Very well.
Already there's major traffic. And we all know, today and tomorrow, Accra will have major traffic. I am crying for people coming from Kaswa into Accra.
Yeah.
Because it's become one lane now. I'm sure as we speak, the Atala place is a place where, you know, and the authorities need to, you know, talk with some of these companies. And I'm sure that if you go into it, the MC does not have enough muscle to talk to, you know, a company that is occupying a place that is, quote unquote, becoming troublesome for the entire Kaswa.
If the occupation or the siting of that company is legal, if the company fulfills its obligations.
Listen, when things change, you may have built at the place with all the appropriate documentations, but when things change and we realize that no,
your location is becoming a problem,
this place is causing traffic or being a hindrance to water passage, I think that something has to be done. Either the government compensates that project and then they open that place, because this is destroying the major road to Kaswa. It is. So what are we sitting there for?
Right.
Unless you haven't traveled through the, you know, Wager to Kaswa, you know, before the mall.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Something has to be done.
Before the mall or after the mall?
If you're going,
before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
a couple of streams.
Major. And buildings right there.
Okrudu River. Yesterday it was just,
I think 3 lives were lost. Yesterday.
Or Bimfo or something.
I mean 3 lives were lost. So I'm pleading.
Let me quickly welcome the Honorable Alfred.
Yes, very nicely suited. Very nicely suited.
Representing the National Democratic Congress as Member of Parliament for the people of Obodo.
We are being drowned, but he's nicely suited. I like that.
He's always nicely suited. It's not a new thing.
You know,
I'm saying that.
You know, we have a history.
Oh, you do?
A long history, yes. We
do.
We have a deep history.
Myself and Larry.
Did he also need bail some time ago?
No, he's not in prison before.
No, I'm just checking.
It's not the only thing you can talk about. No, he's not an ex-convict.
I'm not at all.
I hold a privilege.
Acorn. I do have to play Acorn's So to conclude on this matter, it's a very painful experience for those who have lost family members through flooding, providers, and in fact, when children who have a future's life are taken by flood, it's always so painful to me. You know, adults, yes, but 3-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 9-year-olds, terrible. And so the stories you can see, you know, cars are gone, but cars are not life. You know, cars are not life. And no life should be lost. So I'm pleading with fire service, they need to up their game. I'm also pleading that the Mr. Finance Minister really carefully look at the reimbursement to NADMO. And NADMO officials should not use it for rice and mattresses. We want some preventative work, some dredging with state housing, which is almost, I don't know, do we have a minister for
Works
state
and housing?
Works and housing, do we have one?
Yeah.
He's not very vocal, is he?
J. He was in the chopper yesterday.
Yeah, but is he vocal?
Because he's working.
I'm not feeling it. You know, I'm not feeling it.
He's working.
I am not feeling it, and I'm an ordinary Ghanaian. I have to say it. You know, so Minister for Works and Housing needs to wake up and let Ghanaians know that you have hydro engineers. Let their work be known to cabinet, and so that Finance Minister will take the necessary action. We don't want a situation where Odona. These are the exits of rainwater in Accra to the sea. If there are blockages there, we all get the dumping back effect. And I'm told that what we had yesterday is only the beginning. So we better take action today. Enough of the talking. Mr. President should use drones. He shouldn't fly. Our aviation systems are quite down in this country. I don't want a crisis because NDC takes 10 months to replace even ministers. I don't know how long they'll take to replace Mr. President. So I don't want that. I'll
Mr. President is not going
rest
anywhere.
my point now.
Wow.
Very well, very well. Like we've had repeated assurances over the years regarding this flooding situation, and I think the problems are well known, the solutions as well. What will it take?
It will take commitment. It will take going beyond the rhetoric. Because we've been here many times over. It's the same thing we keep talking about. I think last week or the last time we were here, we spoke about this. Where
we spoke about the anti-flood committee.
Exactly.
And where its reports
Sure, where its reports, you know. And then we also talked about how certain demolition exercises ought to be carried out. Nobody carries them out. Okay, and so we are still here. The early warning system, I mean, non-existent. You get it. And then the thing happens, and people would have to be calling radio stations to say that, listen, call me Nadimo, that I'm here, or I'm stuck in the rain, and so on. We can't continue like that. Now, we all know that, I mean, we even have, I hear there's a Minister of State in charge of climate change.
Climate change.
So that is a recognition of the fact that, hey, there's our weather.
Environment.
Yes, it's no longer what it is.
Environment, we have an acting minister.
Our weather is no longer what it is. Okay, for which reason everybody must be on board. That listen, when this thing happens, call this number. Okay, so luckily we have the MTNs, we have the all those other ones. Call this number, and then we can route your number through somebody else, and then somebody can reach you and rescue you out of whatever it is. But I mean, that is not what it's happening.
Their call center is bad.
So we keep. I mean, what the story here is this: that it's the same places that gets that gets flooded. The Jamestowns, the Korle Lagoon area, the Kaneshi First Light, the Kuma, Junction, Atiko, Abosoka. The same, place.
Flashpoints.
But we've added on some new areas. Chado.
Okay, yes, Chado. Yes,
expensive area.
Yeah.
Lakeside.
So then you have this situation repeating itself over and over and over again. And I mean, we only jump into, we are always in a reactionary.
That's a video of Chado.
Okay.
Where land is expensive.
Yes, millions of dollars.
And these cars fully submerged, sedans, SUVs.
And you know the story about Chado. It's like Peshi. That is no. I mean, it's not flowing into the sea properly. It's not.
The gods are upset with us.
It's not, and so we know what to do, but we don't do it. And then every now and then what you hear is that, the human face, apply human face. It's like we have admitted that, listen, we are going to build on waterways anyway. And that when it happens, we are just praying that God is so kind that God will speak to the water, and then the water will have mercy on us. And after that, we'll get back to where.
So then we should have listened to Ebo Noah.
He did a video. He's done a video saying that, listen, I want you guys.
He's talking.
You rather listen.
He is also an ex-convict now.
Wow. It's a privilege link there.
There's something in common.
By the time the NDC administration is finished, we'll all be.
Wow. You be careful what you do.
You should be treading cautiously now.
We arrived there.
So I mean. You see how most of this, the streams that collect water and then go into the sea, it's been, most of them are blocked. Either people are built on the waterway or, filth is taking over. Plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unimaginable. In Ghana,
water always finds
in Ghana, I can't believe it. But, I would like to suggest something. it's obvious that this flood thing is going to be with us for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now, what we should do as a people is to make sure that we expand the NADMO, structure, so that military is involved, the police,
You don't have a defense
the police,
It believes that the fact that it's in opposition means it should oppose everything about this government. That is the philosophy.
So you get fire service involved. Fire service, has been doing a very good job. I mean, in the
They need
area,
equipment.
in the area. I mean, rescuing over 400 and something, people who were stranded. We should even go further to even the secondary schools.
Yeah.
Okay, where we have this cadet corps kind of arrangement, where people are trained, so that no effort is dispensable in some of these things. So get everybody on board, so that in the event that a thing like this is happening, you know who to call. You could go, reach out to a particular school or group of people, and then they move.
And the chiefs who are selling waterways,
and then
they need to be talked to.
So that, this recurring issue could just be addressed once and for all. And we didn't have to take the president to be flying, and telling us that, there's we need to build a new city, and so. Listen, since some of us became whatever we are, we saw Jerry Rawlings in the waterways. Okay, even going into the gutter, desilting most of this, and whilst he's desilting, he was telling people that you can't be doing this. This is Jerry in the 90s.
Local language.
In the 90s. It continued to Kufuor's era. I recall Kufuor did Alajo and then Nima. Kaukudi, to that extent. Mills also had an issue like that. I recall one of the instances where there was this torrential rain, and then he went to the area, and then the lady was crying, and then he just stabbed the person at the bar. So,
this one, the prayers will not see.
So then and then President Akufo-Addo also had his fair share. I watched a video yesterday of him and I think Atacha going around and talking about how
State housing.
Yes, on
defense.
Exactly. Some over $500 million was to be committed to addressing the flood issue. Whether it was done or it wasn't done, it's obvious that more has to be done.
True.
President Mahama is going through it. I'm sure he went through it in his first term, and he's going through it now.
Again.
The talk is becoming way too many. Action is required. Break down those people who are on the waterway. Clear them. And you give orders and people don't follow. The assembly members are not moving. And nobody is working. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Something has to be done. Luckily, he has been an assembly member before, and then he's now an MP. Yeah.
Well.
So perhaps he can walk us through the various levels and what really needs to be done.
We're classmates. We did a degree together. Madam.
Okay.
Honorable, let me come to you. At this point, I think, like Larry has said, the problems are established. We know them. They are known. Even to an extent, the solutions. There's the engineering bits, and even policy engineering itself bits appears faulty. But then again, there's lack of enforcement. There's lack of accountability. So where do we start from?
Very well. First of all, good morning to you and co-panelists. Good morning to your viewers. And my good people of Ododo-Diodio, and then His Excellency the President himself. Yes, I think that what we have faced now is not new. It has happened quite a number of times. But quickly, before I jump into that, I want to say that in the history of the Fourth Republic, it is the NDC's administration which has, equipped institutions like the fire service the most. I hear him saying we have not done anything to the fire service, we have not done this, we have not done that. Trust me, comparing MPP and NDC, we have done way better. 8 years in their administration, they didn't provide fire services with one single tender, not even a fire extinguisher. The last time, the last but one time, yes, check the records. The last but one time it was done was under the late President Mills. And then now that we are in government, we've given them so much money, you know, to purchase advanced equipment and so on and so forth for them to be able to fight some of these things and help, you know, in rescue activities and what have you. But seriously, I think we should first of all appreciate what it is that we have as a country. We are blessed with about 6 designated Ramsar sites, you know, across the country. Blessed with 6.
Are they still Ramsar sites?
That is a challenge. That is a challenge because
Ramsar site.
One, we have what we call the Densu Delta.
Yes.
The Densu Delta, which spans from around Aplaku, Takuse, all the way to Makati Hills and so on and so forth, which spans from open lagoons, the salt pond,
Pambros,
and so on. Yes, Pambros, the sand dunes and what have you. What have you done? What have we done with it? In fact, people were not really educated about the importance of some of these things. We grew up seeing them. Most people did not know what they were meant for, right? We have the Sakumono Ramsar site as well, which is about 1,364
now reduced
hectares.
Now reduced.
I wonder how much of that size is left.
Thank you. Then the Songo comes in, that is Accra. And then when you go to the Volta region, you have the Eketa complex, which was meant to serve the same purpose. You go to Central region, and then you have the Mune Pomazi site as well, which was also meant to serve as water holding, you know, and roll up stations that would hold water and gradually simmer it, you know, to other water body streams and what have you. Then the only inland one we have is the Owabi site, which is in the Ashanti region. Okay. We've had all of these things. Unfortunately, like I said, we didn't know the importance. And so we let it, you know, go. Between every 7 to 10 years, we face this kind of, you know, rampant or, for want of a better word, heavy downpour. And when it surpasses the next 7 to 10 years, we don't seem to get that kind of rain. So more often than not, they seem to dry up a bit, and people think that, oh, this is land, because especially in our lower beds, that is the coastal areas, that is where people would really love to stay. And so the cities get developed, people don't seem to have lands anywhere anymore. And for that matter, they would want to find every possible space, you know, just so they remain in the cities or the towns and what have you. And the chiefs have also not helped, you know, because it falls within their jurisdictions. They find a way to sell those lands. Sometimes developers as well, you know, go and get their own site plans. They go to the chiefs, they beg them and say, please, we want this land. They come with money. The chiefs will not say, no, take the money and give them documents. They will not even go to the assemblies to get permit for whatever they want to do. They start building. And then when the assemblies come in, oh, you know, we are prepared to pay the penalty and what have you. And then they pay monies. But my major, one other challenge in that sphere is that if you have someone whose salary is less than 3,000 or 4,000 or better still 5,000 cedis, who is supposed to give permit for a project of about $100 million, $200 million, $1 billion, the person will shake. And more often than not, some of these developers find a way to coerce them, sometimes bribe them, you know, and then they take something, or, well, that allegedly take something, and then give permits to allow people to build in such places. Then over the years, we haven't seen, you know, the importance of protecting these water bodies, and we have allowed it to go. Now, when the rains fall, when water flows from the highlands like the mountains, the Buris, and so on and so forth, heading down, the water channels, the water canals have all been choked because human activities, dumping of refuse, all kinds of things. Collect gradually over time as the water pushes them. And when they block, they create bottlenecks and the water cannot flow through the drains, they spill over. Everywhere is being, for someone said, concretized, in a funny way. We are putting concrete everywhere. When we build our houses, we are supposed to leave some parts of the spaces within the house. Grow grass, grow flowers. When it rains, let the earth soak some of the water out. Yeah. These are basic engineering stuffs that we should teach people. We should educate people on so they get to understand that this is the way to go for sustainability's sake, but nobody cares. I think it's about time that we get serious. His Excellency, the President himself, went into the air, and I want to commend him for that, because it's a very bold step to have taken, looking at our recent history with helicopters and what have you. It showed that it's not a fear man. He's bold and courageous. Regardless of whatever has happened, he's prepared to do his work. And he doesn't want anybody to take any drone up high, run it wherever, and tell him, oh, this is where it is. He wanted to see it himself. So yes.
So now that you have seen it, are we going to see, if you like, some concrete action as a bold and not a fear
The man spoke, and they said action is going to be taken.
The same way he spoke at the airport when he returned from the UK and told us that the anti-flood committee was going to present its report. It's close to a month now. We've not seen the report.
You see, there's something we say as NDC. We say proper
just
planning.
To chip in, the person who heads that committee was in the chopper with him.
Proper planning prevents poor performance.
Right.
A report has been given. You don't just wake up the next day and go running.
No, we don't know if the report
stuff
has been given.
So what it is that we are supposed to do, or we are doing now, is to identify the water stretch where water spans from the highlands, the channels it takes before it heads into the water holding areas. You'll notice that a place like Domekwa Benya, especially along the atomic energy stretch, whenever it rains, the streets are full. No matter how minimal it is.
They become riverized.
So the channels have been blocked. And so once we trace all of these, then we are able to identify the actual buildings within the waterways.
Yesterday, Shangri-La.
Because you can't just go breaking things apart. We have to plan it well and get the right places to be able to break down and create access for water to pass. Now, over time, population has also increased. And so the usage of water, in fact, wastewater has also increased. Therefore, we need to open some of these drains. We need to dredge more some of these water holding sites like the Odo, like the Koli Lagoon, and what have you. In fact, this matter of the Odo River, where we were told their sanitation minister was supposed to spend some money to do A, B, and C. In the end, it became, Nyama, for want of a better word, basa, Gameke basa, if she had done her work well, even the 8 years, the monies that were given to them to take care of all these things were actually done, I don't think we would have faced what we are facing today. We are just 1 year in. We cannot blame any government, to be precise. But I believe that government is a continuum. And so when you come to power, you're supposed to do certain things. You understand? So that the next government that takes power can also continue where you left off.
Right.
You didn't dredge the Odo River.
This is 1 year, 6 months.
You didn't do anything. Even then, in the previous government.
Oh, but there was the Garage project.
That is what I'm talking about. The monies that were spent in hundreds of millions of dollars for the Garage project. Where did it end? What did we see? It was just by nomenclature that, this amount of money has been given for that purpose. Did we see anything done? They should tell us. In the previous John Mahama's era, his own brother, my godfather, Baba, decided to use his own machinery to go and dredge the Odo River. They had problems with it. For free. They had problems with it. They don't see anything good. When they got to their turn, what did they do? Today you are sitting here crying that something ought to be done, When you had 8 solid years, so much money for Garrett and what have you, you did nothing.
No, but okay, I'll let you.
Today,
finish and then-
you are claiming that this government should stop talking and act. What did you do? We will talk about it, but the difference between us and them is that after talking, we act.
Very well.
And we are going to do what we are supposed to do to ensure that the access for water is open and free enough for water to flow.
Very
And
well.
trust me, sooner than later, we'll be able to deal with this with commitment of His Excellency the
Well, we
President.
hope it's sooner and not later.
Of course.
One quick one. 1 minute. There's, SICAPs. You know where SICAPs
Yeah,
used to
SICAP
be
Hotel.
around the Gulf House area. In recent times, I've noticed that there's a land around before you get to the Talo building proper.
Yeah.
Suddenly, people who used to sell flour and
Oh,
all
yeah,
manner,
yeah, yeah,
they've
yeah,
all
yeah.
been cleared.
It appears some art center.
Exactly,
also.
used to be
Yeah.
there. And then a place that used to collect a lot of water, yes, it's being, it's being filled.
Filled with concrete. And
Then, obviously, somebody is going to build there. Now, what that means is this: the water can't collect there. The water will be,
Exactly.
will lodge,
Exactly.
and it's lodging in front of the
Okponglo.
Yeah, Okponglo. So yesterday, a lot of
Passengers were even climbing the
thank
bus.
you, and I'm sure that we
And this
have
is right in the center of Accra.
Accra. We have people who use that road.
Yeah.
And yesterday they went through it.
High level officials.
Suddenly they cleared everybody. And guess what is happening? Most of those people cleared from that area, and then maybe the new owner of the land taking over. The guys cleared are now, selling in the runabout. So they've moved the flowers there, they've moved their artifacts there, almost everything to their flower pots and so on. That is where they are selling now. I mean, imagine one of the beautiful sights from the air is not being turned into a market.
Yeah.
And a place that harbors a lot of water. You recall when we used to complain that the Villaggio.
Yes. And then the
used to, that
African
place
region.
exactly used to be waterway,
Yeah.
but it's the construction of the estate, houses that actually it prevents water from collecting there and then going into the Kweshi Lagoon. Now we are blocking another cap again,
Another channel.
and we are watching.
And there's a major construction connecting Tema to
Yes,
the N1.
we are watching.
So that
we
means
are watching. We are watching,
Yeah.
and the water is even collecting in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And we are watching. SICAPs, who doesn't know that the SICAPs area is? I mean, it's sorry.
Regal, the African Reagent
Yes.
Hotel is also right there.
And this one too, must he take the president to talk about it? Or must he take your platform to talk about it?
But Larry, you know one amazing thing. It's amazing how my brother here knew all of these things, and his government sat in power for 8 years.
I think
the political equalization is not helping us.
It's simply political. You just take a swipe and then you do a U-turn.
If we begin to do,
has not been equipped.
It's
over the
amazing
years.
how
they've succeeded in filling the whole place. With everything. Only God knows
the equipment.
We'll continue to blame the politicians if we continue about the conversation
In a political way.
You
I
get
haven't.
it. I mean,
he's taking
it
quite a
doesn't
number
have
of
to.
swipes as His Excellency the President.
No.
He has even said, he has even said
Oh.
that. He has even said that he finds it difficult to even change a minister in just 1.5 years. They were in power
And they didn't do a
8 years.
reshuffle.
You couldn't even reshuffle anything.
Very well, but I'm saying that
honorable person to be saying any of these things.
I'm saying that if we do this equalization, political blame game, we don't find a solution to the issues.
I know.
Ghanaian lives are being lost.
Perfect.
People's homes are flooded.
Perfect.
People's property destroyed.
So he should deal with the issues rather than pontificating. Because they didn't do anything.
Let me take a quick break. Let me take a quick break. When I come back, I'll take a few more of your messages and then we'll move on to our next subject. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as 58 Ghana cedis only on DSTV.
Accra, get ready. The Stars are coming back to your city. This July, the 5th All-Star Festival takes over the University of Ghana Stadium for a full day of football, entertainment, business, and family fun. Meet your favorite stars at special fun engagements and clinics. Shop from hundreds of vendors. Enjoy performances from top entertainers. Connect with sports and business leaders at the Sports Business Series. Then, witness the main event, the star-studded All-Star Game, featuring international football stars from Ghana and beyond, from 10 a.m. until the after party. More than 10,000 people will come together for the biggest community football festival of the FIFA Football World Cup season. Tickets are just 50 Ghana cedis, with VIP going for 100 Ghana cedis only. Available now at eagletickets.com. For more information, call 0531 533 563. The All-Star Festival. The stars are coming. Be there.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. Let's take a few more of your messages. This one says, Nana, Honorable Adomako, I am sure they didn't know that Sunyani was born administratively by J.J. Rollins. This is Kojo from Peki. Well, born administratively by J.J. Rollins, but he was speaking to, if you like, the development by Buzia in the area. All right, good morning, Nana. It's good to see Larry back. Right. Nana, we are the cause of this flooding issue. I stay at Tishi Lekma. I saw a lady pouring rubbish in a gutter, and I asked her, why are you doing this? And she told me that, am I the president? Ghana, we have a serious issue. So you see, attitude. This is funny, but I think we should all learn how to swim, so we can swim to save our lives in situations like this. Priscilla from Amasam and send that one.
Ask her, this is not a swimming pool.
if you know the current in that water.
Even swimming pool people are drowning in
of course. Good morning to you and your panelists. I always admire Dr. Adomako. If all politicians see things as he does, we would have been somewhere now. He should keep it up, though, for party's sake. He sometimes does third world politics small.
Yeah,
thank you.
Guy gave you everything. Third world politics. He's very good at it.
Isaac from Takra, they said that's what it. We keep Nana, good morning to you all in the studio. Enough is enough. Flooding in Ghana has moved beyond being a seasonal inconvenience. It is now a national security and economic issue. The president must declare a national flood resilience program with measurable targets. Every agency responsible for drainage, roads, sanitation, and fiscal planning should have clear performance indicators. If officials fail through negligence, they should be sanctioned. At the same time, citizens who dump waste into drains or build illegally on waterways must face swift prosecution. Accountability must apply to everyone. Nana, Ghana deserves prevention, not repetition at all. This is the bold talk from Bechile, and he says great discussion. All right, thank you. Etonam from Adenta says the political polarization concerning the disaster yesterday is becoming quite troubling. I agree with you. This is not an NDC NPP issue. What happened yesterday affected people across all political affiliations without discrimination. Until we begin to view this from a broader, more objective perspective rather than taking sides, the problem will persist. The real question is, what happens going forward? Enough of the lip service. Good morning, Channel 1. XW01 Joseph is my name. Your TV station is giving us details by details view of the flood, and we appreciate you. Please, we need people like XW01 Salifu Amankwa, who took charge of Circle. We need personnel like him to head all NADMO and MMCEs. Please, where is he? And he says, greet his cousin, Honorable Ashie Kote. And his name is, he says, okay, his name is XW1 Joseph, and he says he's from Asere Joshi. Okay. This whole issue is as a result of poor law enforcement. Okay. There's a very long one here from Reverend Emmanuel Amwako Kranting, Christ Apostolic Church International, Aguna Duakwa Circuit. Hello, Breakfast Daily. Good morning. It is time for Ghana to adopt policies that limit excessive paving, tiling, and concreting around residential and commercial buildings. Today, many properties are almost entirely covered with concrete blocks, tiles, or cement, leaving very little exposed soil. As a result, rainwater that would naturally soak into the ground becomes surface runoff, increasing flooding, soil erosion, and pressure on our drainage systems. Government should consider introducing and enforcing building regulations that require every property to maintain a minimum percentage of permeable ground, such as lawns, gardens, landscaped areas, or other green spaces. This would allow more rainwater to infiltrate the soil, recharge groundwater, reduce runoff, and improve the urban environment. Alongside improved drainage infrastructure, preserving natural infiltration around buildings is a practical and sustainable solution to reducing floods and promoting environmental resilience. As our cities continue to grow, balancing development with green spaces should become a national priority. Reverend, thank you so much for sending that one in. We're going to move on to our next subject, but I'd like for all of us to go and look up what El Nino is. El Nino. We're not talking about it, but it is coming. And weather patterns, if are not changing, have changed. So perhaps we should look out for what El Nino is, and we should be all guided. All right, let's go into the matter of illegal mining, the fight against illegal mining, the Summer Boy illegal mining case, and the fact that the court has deferred ruling from July 3 to July 20. Does this have any impact on the government's fight against illegal mining? Doc.
First of all, let me conclude one thing. We'll try as much as possible to be apolitical. In many instances, I've said that equipping the state institutions that help with prevention of flooding is very important. Over the years, many governments have failed. It's not just the MPP or NDC. All of us have failed. And admittedly, I think that We need to take it.
Fallen short of the glory of God.
We need to take it serious, and I'm praying that no more lives will be lost.
Indeed.
And that NADMO again should be very well equipped.
Right.
And it's a national disaster yesterday, and I think that this is more than even June 3rd of several years back during the first administration of John Dramani Mahama. So I really think that this is a July issue.
I mean, anytime he's in office,
the
rains come more.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
But the key thing, the level. No, I must.
Are your parents watching today?
The level.
Yesterday they were affected.
We got flooded in our home. The key thing is that the volume of rains have increased.
True.
I must admit that, and more importantly, during this year. It's a lot.
True.
So that is one key thing. We all have to admit that. But in the same breath, the actions needed must be commensurable with the amount of rain that we're having. So as it is, charging the finance ministry and the president and cabinet to really, take it that serious, that they don't have a COVID, but they have a flooding disaster, and the effort should be commensurate with it. Now,
let's move to Samuel Boy.
Our mining issues. Galamsey is a deadly menace to Ghana's welfare. It also has its pluses in the sense that our currency depends on our gold, reserves. And
legal gold.
Well, I've always said that traceability is a problem.
Indeed.
For Gold Board. And because traceability is a problem, a good percentage of the gold they have, which are purported to be legal, are actually illegal. And I say this with the greatest of respect. This legal case with regards to mining, to some extent, demonstrates the inefficiencies within even the mining industry in terms of being very clear as to what prospecting is.
Okay.
Being very clear as to what legal limitations you have as a miner.
Right.
And then it also comes to bear that even the government's way of checking whether those they've given license to do within the ambit of the license that they've been given. And moving from prospecting to mining is another thing which has to be carefully looked at. It so happens that we are very lax in this country overall, moving from having rights to prospect and then trying to ascertain or gather rights to drill and mine and actually process is another thing. So the inefficiencies of lands ministry and mining will be brought to bear, I think, in this case, if we truly go into it. And the ills of this mining company, which I'm not a shareholder of,
obviously,
are very common, a trend within many of the mining companies, the small-scale mining companies, and we'll need a judge who's well informed, well equipped to handle, this case in a way that the judgment would appear very fair, based on quote unquote the third world scenario, which I'm being told today that I need to dig down into a third world thinking. But I think that if you want to do things right, there's nothing third world about doing something right, and forgive me, I can't dial down the knowledge I have because I'm in Accra, Ghana. It won't be profitable.
Yeah.
If our engineers who are building houses,
should balance the thing.
It's difficult.
It's difficult to balance.
We do things. It should be world standard. Not that I'm in Ghana. So imagine if a patient comes to me and I give them third world treatment. I mean, that is not right. I can't do that. you end up dead. So I really think that there are some things we shouldn't compromise. And the impact on the environment, on our health, many generations unborn, is what we're talking about here. And that is why that I think that the judges who handle mining-related issues need to be people who are environmentally, friendly and can really appreciate the damage to the environment by some of the actions or inactions of our mining companies. And I also think that licensing costs in this country should be upgraded to incorporate some of the cost of reclaiming the lands,
Exactly. Yeah.
which we are not doing well in this country, so that all the mining companies contribute to the reclamation process. And that is where I come in always, that one key externality is the water we drink.
True.
And for that reason, anybody profiting from gold mining, including the Gold Board, has to contribute to Ghana Water Corporation, so that all the stations that are troubled, the equipment, and it's not an NDC era thing. Under our administration, Eastern Region, Koforidua, the water station, terrible.
Yeah.
Even as we speak today, if we go there to take pictures, terrible. When you go to Western North, same thing.
Yeah.
So this case, I think, is a quote-unquote high-profile case. But if it is done well, it will be educative, informative for all of us to appreciate the issues. Now, I also think that it doesn't mean that the one individual should be crucified for the sins of all the many.
Right.
And that is where it won't be fair. It won't be just. And I think that all small-scale mining people should have their representation to make a case about their true challenges in terms of, small scaling. The NDC administration apparently touts the fact that they always support indigenous businesses. And for that reason, I think that they should be also very interested in how an indigene of this country who has ventured into small-scale mining, has had challenges, and were the challenges truly just one-sided, or it was also government. And one of the interesting things is that, per what I understand, which I expected to happen, and I hear that it's been pushed to the 20th of July.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you change your lawyers, the new lawyers are supposed to get the narrative in court and understand what he said, she said, and how the judge took it before they can then come and close or make their argument.
The closing statement.
And
I think at this point, the arguments are done. We're set for ruling.
Well, my point again, once the summary of the new lawyer, Atachia, would incorporate what he's come to know. And I think that, in all fairness, the judge has done what I was expecting, to grant the new lawyer some time to, as it is, get a better understanding of the matters at heart. And then that way, the judge, the lawyer would not come and try and make arguments that have already been made. And this also buys even the judge time to, really study the matter, very crisp way, to come out with a judgment that will be acceptable to, as it is, all those interested parties in this case.
Larry, this issue of Akonta Mining, its CEO, if I can call him that, Bernard Chibwes Chairman, who to me, the change in his legal team almost at the final end of the case, and of course the request for a delayed judgment or ruling, and same being granted. You recall there was an opposition to this request by the Attorney General. However, the judge in his own wisdom has granted that. You think these are just legal gymnastics being employed by the defense?
I've heard people say that there are actually some strategies that, some lawyers apply. And that when this trial had gone on all this while, then just when the judge
sets a date
set a date for her judgment, then Untumi's lawyer, who had handled the case, Api Akubi, granted interviews everywhere you can think of. Then quickly comes in and says, listen, I mean, I'm leaving
some
the
of
case.
the processes, he's not happy with it, so he's leaving the case.
But while leaving the case, while leaving this one, he was also doing a plea bargain in another one.
Yeah.
And then people are like, that's the Exim Bank one. And people are like, so what is all this about? You get it? And then
the judge in that case is different.
Then came the argument that when Atachan steps in there, he's going to arrest the judgment. Okay, people said he was going to arrest the judgment. Lo and behold, a letter came that, oh, listen, I need to study this whole thing before making whatever I have to my submission. I'm sure. I mean, he would be talking to Andy Appiah-Kubi, who knows the story, the case all through, seen papers, document everywhere, So grant them this. If I know Justice Kokuvite very well, Audrey Kokuvite well, very fair-minded judge, independent in her thinking, somebody would have said, listen, I hear there are decided cases that could say that, listen, I mean, if there are no, let's say, extenuating factors that could, and constitutional cases that could just, issues that could stop the delivery of judgment, just throw some of these letters away. But I think that to have given how many days? 17 days more.
2 weeks in advance.
Yes, 2 weeks for Atachan to put his house in order. I'm sure maybe, but after receiving the address, maybe she might just even say that, listen, I'm granting additional time so that I will want to study whatever that has been submitted.
Yeah. That is possible.
Yeah, it's possible. So
when do the judges go on leave?
Late July. Yeah, and it will travel all the way to October.
Okay. I'm looking at the dates.
Yeah, so I mean, she could be within time.
Yeah. When do you do your national executive elections?
Oh, that one will be later this year. I think it's in October.
Oh, October. Okay. Yeah. Because Untumi is going for national chairman.
I'm told.
So if you heard Paul it was Poyando.
Poyando
says, Untumi could be voted for even wherever he is. I mean, that would be like the Nkrumah of our time,
I don't want to comment.
Myself, So, I mean, had she not granted this, what it would have fed into. The narrative that, hey, she's being unfair, she's being biased. I think I saw traces of that in Appiah-Kubi's, argument and so on, that what is happening there. Case is being rushed and all that. I mean, additional days she's giving. Let's see what comes out of all this. So it's well and good. I mean, they said justice
delayed.
Yeah. No, is it?
Or justice rushed?
Yeah, the wheel of justice grinds slowly, but then eventually.
Yeah. I bet you.
They say that the light takes the elevator, truth will take the stairs, but will eventually arrive.
Okay. Why you do literature or something?
Orawashi.
In fact, I wish I would not.
More.
I will not say.
No, she's not part. And more is not part.
No, more part is not
Madam.
Madam. Honestly, I think that the law is the law. But
this statement,
judges, lawyers.
In
all our
people started quoting, written something about Justice Stockholm. And so when my commission happened,
they were quoting it and throwing it
like the law.
The law is the law.
Is the law.
Is the law.
And so in jurisprudence, everybody would want to test the law somehow. And I think that it's within their remit to say that at this point, I don't want to continue. I want to discontinue. Representing the accused person, it is within his rights. Like my brother Larry said, it is also within the discretion of the judge, looking at all possible legal implications to decide whether to, admit or throw out whatever their plea was. Obviously, the judge has shown how much of an open-minded the judge is.
Level-headed.
How much of a level-headed she is. Yes, if possibly she had said no, it will create a political uproar.
Yeah, but she said
already,
no to the, if like withdrawal of representation by Apia Kubi.
Yeah. But still they went ahead.
Yes.
Oh, but for that one, I mean,
Yes.
a person defending themselves in court can decide that I no longer want your services. I want a new.
Yeah. She felt it wasn't necessary because they had gotten to the final stages of the case. So you've done all that you could do. So stepping out of the case will not really change anything much. But well, if that is what you still want, I believe that's why she granted, just so she will exhibit fairness as part of the characteristics of our legal system. So yes, that has been granted. It is my prayer that he is able to prove anything beyond, reasonably established whatever from his colleague to say that, okay, we can overturn or we can change the face of what it looks like. I personally am of the view that it is part of the tactics to buy time. That is what I think.
Use the word strategies.
Tactic.
Legal strategies.
Tactic to buy time. But well, like you said also, the wheel of justice grinds slowly. And as much as we say justice hurried is justice buried. Justice delayed is also
justice
denied. You understand? Well, in fact, Professor Hoy taught you and I this when we did the administrative law in Gimpa. He taught myself and Larry. Yes, of course. So for me, let's look at what the outcome will be. The case is in court, obviously. I cannot say much. So I don't find myself in a case of contempt. And I pray that we get to a finality of this so that we can all move on as a country. I believe that as people, we should be responsible. We should uphold rules and regulations. I mean, it is obvious that as humans, we may make mistakes. We may, in fact, public administration taught us that humans naturally may want to do the wrong thing unless otherwise, prescribed rules are put in place to guide them to want to do the right thing. So yes, if in the face of all the rules, in the face of all the laws, in the face of all the known penal measures, people still believe, they can do whatever they want. It is not for me to judge. Yeah. It is the law that will determine. So let's wait till the finality of it, and then we can all now talk about it and share our opinions.
Is the law. Honorable Alfred Ni Kote Ashi, thank you so much. Honorable Dixon Adumaku Kisi, thank you.
Odododio.
Yeah, Odododio. And Anya Sotium. And Larry Dogbe, whose constituency are readers of the Herald newspaper.
We have one thing in common, though. We both eat kenke.
Very well. Very well. Gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been the news review segment here on Breakfast Daily. I am Nanatufo Boateng. Dede Davis is standing by to take you through the community segment. I'm wondering why she's alone today, but of course, she brings joy and smiles to our faces. So yeah, we'll hand over to Dede Davis.
All right, thank you very much, Nana, for that insightful and in-depth analysis on the news topics shaping our news cycle. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Africa. And good morning to the rest of the world. Welcome to Breakfast Daily, the second lap. Of course, I am Dede Davis. Today on the show, we're bringing you all that is buzzing on social media. Again, we'll take you to our communities, precisely Kwame Nkrumah Circle. If you've been following the news cycle, you would realize that yesterday there was flooding in parts of Greater Accra. And so today, we'll be taking you to Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where there was flooding and fire outbreak. And of course, precisely at Abraka, of course. And we would also try and open the phone lines along the line so that you, our cherished viewers, we have you in mind. You can share your thoughts with us, how the flood impacted your life yesterday and whatnot. So don't forget to share your messages via the WhatsApp number 0204 4447 033 0204 444-7033, and I will get to read it right here on the show. I'm not alone today. I'm doing this with Wahab, but he's out on the field at Kwame Nkrumah Circle, and so yeah, shortly you'll be seeing him in between the show. Now let's get to some reminders. The Northern Business Fair is on, and from the 25th to the 26th of July 2026, it will be in full swing at the Jubilee Park, Tamale, from 9 a.m., I beg your pardon, to 6 p.m. daily. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. And so the Northern Business Fair is open for businesses. And so this is your opportunity to be part of the region's biggest business and trade showcase at the Northern Business Fair, where entrepreneurs, SMEs, investors, innovators, and industry players come together to connect, exhibit, network, and unlock business opportunities, new ones, of course. And so whether you're looking to grow your business, whether you're looking to grow your brand, discover new products, build valuable partnerships, the Northern Business Fair is the place to be from the 25th to the 26th of July 2026 at the Jubilee Park, Tamale. You can call 0205-973-973 to make all your enquiries and secure your spot. Again, 0205-973-973. Call that number, send that number a message, and make all your enquiries. We'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, EcoBank, National Petroleum Authority, and GEPA. Thank you so much for holding the Northern Business Fair down this year. Also, we have the Blanksons. If you've been watching Channel 1 TV, I'm sure you've come across Channel 1 TV production, the Blanksons. And every family, of course, has a secret. But some secrets can change everything. So in the Blanksons, you're going to experience compelling storytelling, unforgettable characters. Talk of Mensa, talk of Mr. Blankson, Mrs. Blankson, the matriarch of the house, of Hebia, the intelligent daughter. And we have Kobe, who is the Tiwi amongst the children of the Blacksons. Unforgettable characters, and the twist that will keep you coming back for more. And so tune in every Thursday for the Blanksons drama series at 7:30 p.m. and repeats on Fridays 11:30 a.m., Saturdays 7 p.m., Sundays 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays 3 p.m., Wednesdays 5:30 p.m. Catch the repeats of the Blanksons on these repeat dates. I would like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, Out and Set Aside Spray, Everpack, and of course, Lele Rice. Thank you so much for helping us bring our cherished viewers this amazing drama series, The Blanksons. Now, talk of grassroots football. Join us on Community Kickoff on Channel 1 TV, where we shine the spotlight on local content, local talent, community rivalries, and the passion that fuels the beautiful game. And I'm talking of football. From thrilling matches to inspiring player stories and unforgettable moments, Community Kickoff celebrates football at its very foundation. Don't miss Community Kickoff with your host, Bernard Abeku-Ochre. Every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m., he will take you to our various communities in Ghana Talk of Nima, Ashaiman, Mamobi, Jamestown, Kolegono, Tema, and whatnot. And so tune in every Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. and catch exciting episodes of Grassroots Football. All right. Now that I've reminded you, I don't know what someone is doing here, but let me bring you World Cup Central. We have the World Cup Central, which brings you everything you need to know about the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Yes, everything you need to know without taking anything out. And it airs every Fridays at 3 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Gabby Melito, Gabby Ofair, is your host, and he will be taking you through the history, everything you need to know about the 2026 World Cup. If you've been following the all-time 4 champions, the country that has won the World Cup 4 times, Germany, Paraguay kicked them out. Very shocking. But catch the World Cup Central on Channel 1 TV and get more of those updates at 3 p.m. with your host, Gabby Ofe. Someone is seated next to me. I don't even know what he's doing here. I thought he was going to leave me on my own, but surprisingly, 9924.
No, I was actually going to leave you on your own. But then I took a second look at you and I'm like, no. It's not even gentlemanly to leave such beauty to yourself. So
aren't you a darling?
I needed to come sit in to support you. You understand?
Yeah. Some people are in my ears, they are jealous, but I know they see themselves.
We'll sort them out on a very good day. You understand?
And yesterday you were on air throughout.
Yeah, we had to be because you see, there are certain points in your life where you're reminded that you're Ghanaian before anything else. And when such times are presented to you, you have to live up to the occasion. You have to be Ghanaian and be there for Ghanaians. And so yesterday was one of such occasions where our fellow Ghanaians were being inundated by floodwaters. We're losing Ghanaian lives to flooding. And you couldn't just sit on the fence and pretend as though there was nothing happening. Of course, we would have wished that we had the authority and the power to do more. But of course, ours is the power of giving out information. Ours is the power of convening. And so we had to bring that power to bear on the disaster that we were facing yesterday. So yes, we committed and we stayed true to the course. We studied the course. And then, of course, hopefully we were able to prevent further losses by way of the information that we were giving out. And also the assistance that we were helping reach people who were in distress. I want to say kudos, of course, to the emergency response agencies, the NADMO especially, their availability and the provision of lines beyond their regular telephone lines to help people in distress be able to reach them so that they can also send assistance their way. I think the NADMO should be commended in that stead. Yesterday, the Minister for the Interior himself availed himself. And of course, I think it's good. Going forward, we need to see more concrete action because clearly the problems are established. They are known. All right. Even the solutions are known. We can pick reports from 20 years back. If we should implement 10% of those reports, if we're unable to eradicate or prevent the flooding, we should be able to reduce it to the barest minimum. I mean, how is it that Nkrumah in his time in those days had the vision and the foresight to know that there would be urban or if like population growth and so there would be requirements for increased development. He had the foresight to make provisions for water retention ponds or zones. If they are not dams, right, they are at least architecture or infrastructure that can hold runoff water, especially those coming from the Akuapem Ridge. However, we think we know better than the likes of Nkrumah, and so we've encroached on all of these. Today, they are basically non-existent. The few ones that are existent are so badly encroached upon that the size that remains is unable to retain the volumes of water running off the Akuapem Ridge. And so clearly there'll be a spillover, there'll be a spill-off. This will overflow, this will run into our homes. You get it? And we on our own have not also planned to create any further retention ponds, create any dams that will hold water. Because you see, just like the rains that came from Sunday all the way through Monday, this was
started on Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there was a brief pause during the day on Saturday. And then it began again at night of Saturday through Sunday. Then we had what continued into Monday. So if you're having 11 hours of rain, now take it that there are 6 of such retention zones all the way from the OEB areas, Ashie, coming into the southern parts of Accra. If each of these dams is able to hold water for 4 hours before it spills controllably to the next one, that is also going to hold for another 4 hours. That is 8 hours out of the 11 hours of rain that we have recorded. So by the time we are spilling into the third one, the water would have been collected and we wouldn't be having the kind of flooding that we're having. And indeed, there should be technological advancements available, innovation enough available for us to harvest some of these, this rainwater for other purposes. For Christ's sake, we need water in other parts of this country for irrigation. I itch anytime it's raining in Accra because I keep asking myself, what food are we really growing in Accra? Minus the fact that we want some cool temperatures. Really, I don't think it should be raining in Accra. It should be raining in food growing areas, the food baskets, so that we do not come back here by mid-September, October, and come complain about a dry spell that has affected farming in those areas. You get it?
Yeah.
And so for it beats my imagination that we are unable to harvest some of this, the rain that falls and the volumes at which the rain is falling. And then we are unable to, I don't know whether it's the word is unable or it's a failure to.
I think it's failure.
Because with all the research in this country, the fine researchers that, I mean, we are here, we engage some of these people, and we hear some of the fine brains, and when they speak, you are so convinced that this is a solution. But the practicalization or the operationalization of these recommendations, implementation of these recommendations will always remain a problem. And that is why we are struggling. I mean, you can't tell me that there's no research and recommendations about flooding in Accra and how to build even a resilient city.
Anyway, hold your breath because we'll delve deeper into that. Up next is what's trending on social media. Welcome back. Now let's delve into what's trending on social media. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to bring you all that is buzzing on social media. And Accra, Greater Accra has been #1 on the trends since yesterday up until this morning. And why are they in the trends? Flooding, as we've been discussing here. Greater Accra is in the trends because of flooding. Yesterday, we saw hours and hours of rainfall in certain parts of Accra. People lost their properties, lives were lost. There was a fire outbreak in Kwame Nkrumah Circle here in Accra. Devastating news all round. And as Nana has been saying, there's a failure. There's a failure for one, enforcement of laws, people building on waterways, what is being done to them. And Nana, you know, yesterday, all the videos that were coming out, I noticed one thing. None of the videos was void of plastics. None of them.
See,
none of them was void of plastics.
So, if we decide that we're going to decentralize the issue of sanitation, yet we are not going to provide enough resources, for sanitation or if like effective sanitation management, then these are some of the challenges you see. I see this amount of plastic waste, and it breaks my heart because elsewhere this is money.
Yes.
This is money.
Yes. How are we not able to recycle?
Listen, we're in the World Cup season, and we're buying jerseys to support our countries. You know, the primary source of material for jerseys, this plastic waste, when it's recycled.
Yeah.
This plastic waste, when you recycle it, you are able to make jerseys out of it. You get it? But for us, and I keep asking, so what is our national sanitation policy framework?
Yes.
And who does it lie with? You get it? Because now we're being told that if you like, it's the assemblies that are supposed. Yes, we know that the assemblies have always worked in partnership with the private sector to enforce sanitation. However, it's like the scope or the spans of that has been limited following some reforms or, if you like, policy implementations in recent times. And I keep saying that if we do not have the capacity to deal with the issue of sanitation as a government, whether at the local level or at the national level, then perhaps we should rethink the conversation of private sector participation and bring in the private sector, which has demonstrated capacity over the years to handle sanitation in the country, to take over, or if you like, to lead the charge in this. How many engineered landfills do we have? How many legal? And I say legal because there's a number of the proliferation of illegal dump sites in the capital is just becoming too much. If you go to the Amasaman area, now, there's an illegal dump site that is coming up there, and it's such a nuisance to residents who have spent their hard-earned money to occupy those spaces, but an illegal dump site is growing, and it's as though you may be forced out of your home because of somebody's indiscipline. And it's the indiscipline on a very large scale that has brought us to the point where we are.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. Anyway, let's look at some highlights from yesterday's flooding. Some deaths were recorded.
Indeed.
Later in the evening when we spoke to Charles, he mentioned that one person had passed.
Unfortunately.
At Odona. And then we spoke to Alex Kinati. He also confirmed that four people had passed. One at Alajo and then Achimota, Abofu area. And then in Ewutu Senya East, we also heard that 9 people were missing earlier. But then in the evening, we are being told 9 people had reportedly, unfortunately, passed on. So those were some of the deaths that came out as a result of the flooding. And surprisingly, our neighboring countries, Togo and Ivory Coast, also had, their fair share of the flooding. But let's think about our struggle here in Ghana. And Ghanaians, I don't know. Sometimes it beats my imagination. While the floods were ongoing, some individuals were seen taking goods from a warehouse that has been affected by the floods. It had to take security personnel to force them out of their mission.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Already we are dealing with so much. And then instead of protecting your life,
you're risking it for what?
I saw a video where a motor rider, I believe was a delivery guy, he won't let go of the motorbike. The guy was saying, Jai moto no. He held on to the motorbike until the water took him away. Sad. So I think in situations like this, let's also look out.
You see this video that just played? I think at this particular one. So you see, it's a kid in the water. However, look,
risking his
whatever
life.
He went scavenging is for an elderly person.
I'm forced to believe so.
So you are sacrificing the life of this child for whatever, in my estimation, is waste. Because we cannot even tell the level of destruction caused by the water to whatever items it is that this child has gone to scavenge. Just look at that. Look at that. So you have sent your child to go and collect these things for you.
And she kept, adding on.
So what if something had happened to this child?
Hey.
Why are we like this?
No, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I think in flooding situations, let's look at how we can protect our lives first. First of all, that's the most paramount. Look at how you can protect your life before you think of these things. You can get them any day. Your motorbike that is gone, your kiosk that is gone. Once you have life, there's a way to recover. But once you lose your life, you can't get your life back. So Ghanaians, please protect yourself in times like these. Please.
You are not even sure where you stand religiously or spiritually. So you don't know whether you are making it to heaven or to hell. You are risking your life for a motorbike or for what? Toilet paper. Hey. We should get serious in this country.
We have to. I mean, some companies, some organizations were sending alerts, emails to employees to stay home. If you don't have anything to do at work, stay home and protect yourself. Stay away from the floods. Our president issued the same warning, asking Ghanaians to stay away from the floods as much as possible. Look at that. Just look at this.
So are you going to sell this or you are going to use it personally?
It's damaged. Anyway, if we have some comments, let's check out some of the comments coming out as a result of the flooding. Creamy, no be small Black Monday sales, boy. But you can't even sell it.
I'm sure they have their own
Catch Street
target
says,
markets.
I'm crying for people around those areas. They are going to sell them to you.
Exactly. Exactly.
IB_Thyrat says, hey, Nipa.
Nipa Cobra.
Daddy Tom says, we have to work on ourselves before Ghana will be better. Stand up, youth. Let's stand up. Arise, Ghana youth, arise. This one says, Papa Frimpon says, one thing is this drainage is a river that leads to the sea, but has been turned into a waste drainage. Findip says, may God be with Ghana. Honestly. Real Iodine says, actually, it should be the work of the government to put in place infrastructure for the weather forecast. Zakus_building_ENT says, this make me believe that Elisha told the Israelites.
Well, this makes me believe what Elisha told the Israelites.
Tomorrow by this time, God will make a way. Natural Beauty_Abina says, poor infrastructure. They are cutting down trees to build mansions and yet don't replant trees. People throw trash and plastics everywhere. It is sad to see, but they also have caused this problem. Both the government and the citizens are the cause of this problem. Bianca138 says, I'm so sorry about this Ghanaian. God comfort you. Shady Design says, at this point, we need Noah. At this point, we need Noah. Interesting.
I saw a caption on a video somewhere that said that at this point, the whole of Accra needs a very big umbrella.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are some of your comments on trending issues regarding the flooding in Accra. You can always engage on our Instagram as well as on our X. We have some posts that capture, or if you like, put together the series of events that happened yesterday all the way up until now. So yes, go follow us on Instagram as well as on X, where we have some interesting posts for you. Go engage, and of course we'll do our best to return the favor. All right, let's look at our second trending issue.
Before you go to our second trending issue, there's a video of our president, John Dramani Mahama, in relation to the flooding situation yesterday. So let's check it out.
of the city out. That is the major government departments, and then also create a new center of growth so that our people will start building outside Accra in a new city instead of everybody looking for some space in Accra to build. So, but that's a long-term solution. But I just want to express my sympathy with people who have lost property. Loss of property has been very extensive, and I want to thank the military, NADMO, the police, and the Hydro Works and Housing Ministry, and all the emergency response team, 48th Engineers Regiment, for the rescue that they did. I've asked the Minister of Finance to release some money from the contingency fund so that we can do some post-flood relief for persons who have been affected.
After going through the tour, we realized two issues, one being engineering and the other being attitudinal. It's tasked us as a ministry to ensure that the engineering part, we put our engineers together to ensure that the right thing is done, and also ensure that the good people of Ghana also do the right thing to ensure that at the end of the day, we'll be able to get the best for our good country, Ghana.
But let us change our attitude and let us find a permanent solution to this Accra flooding problem. We shouldn't become like the vulture who, anytime it is raining, he says as soon as it stops raining, he'll repair his roof. And then as soon as it stops raining, he says, oh, it has stopped raining, so there's no need to repair the roof. This time should be different.
All right, there you have it. President John Dramani Mahama speaking about the flooding situation that happened yesterday, throughout yesterday, of course. And I'm glad to hear that he has directed the Ministry of Finance to release some funds from our contingency fund to help the flood victims, people who have been affected by floods yesterday. And then also he highlighted that there was a need to get a new settlement for us, which will take time. That's like a long-term plan, but
so,
it's
like what Nigeria
has
has done with Abuja. So you have a commercial capital and then you have an administrative capital. But I don't know if that is the solution. Because then if you don't check the indiscipline that you're having now, if you build a new city, the indiscipline will be exported from the old city to the new city. You get it.
Anyway,
I don't know.
We have Akwesi Addo. Earlier, we mentioned that there were some deaths that were recorded in Ewutu Senya East yesterday. We have Akwesi Addo, our Central Regional Correspondent, who is on standby to give us an update, if possible, an aftermath of the flooding incident in at his side of the Central Region. Good morning, Akwesi.
Good morning, the day is Nana.
How are you doing?
Doing good by grace. I'm a little bit tired, but it's a fresh year, so we're back again.
For God and country, of course, you're back again.
Because you must be exhausted.
He is. He is. We kept calling him yesterday for updates from his region. Akwesi, give us an update. What is the situation today following the floods yesterday?
Okay, thank you. We have a very fine weather here in the Ewutu Senya East municipality, and a significant amount of the floodwaters have actually receded, but the living rooms there again. So this morning, families are in the process of cleaning their rooms. Clothes that can be serviced again are being washed, while those that cannot be serviced are now being considered to be trashed. So people are now counting their losses, and it's really a very heartbreaking thing to behold. If you look at how dejected families have become as a result of the flooding situation. There are some people who are saying that it would really be very difficult for them to come back to life, then live a normal life like they used to, because they virtually have nothing to acquire new things. For some of the houses, from electronics to clothing, they would have to buy new ones, completely new ones. And so you can imagine how the situation is. So it wasn't really a very palatable night. So people had to keep vigil until morning just because they had nowhere else to lay their head. So it's really difficult aftermath yesterday's flooding. And again, the NADMO is yet to come out with any official confirmation with regards to the deaths that we recorded yesterday. As I mentioned yesterday in my report, when we spoke to the NADMO director, he mentioned that they were yet to keep in touch with other family members, and as of that period, what they were trying to do was to ensure that every person who was trapped in their home was safe. So we may hear something from the NADMO this morning concerning the deaths that were reportedly recorded.
So it's a day after the flooding. How many residents roughly have been affected by this unfortunate incident?
The NADMO is yet to conduct an assessment.
Okay.
And put together the total number of properties as well as the total number of people who have been affected by the flooding situation. But we don't know for a fact that there has been record of the collapse of several buildings in the Dokuche-Kope and then Gawo line areas. And these are heavily populated areas, and so you can imagine the number of people that are likely to be affected. And this particular flooding situation affected parts of the 13 electoral areas here in the Awusu-Senya East, as reported by the NADMO. So we are really talking about quite a number of people, several thousands, if not hundreds, because we even had a part of the central area of Kaso also getting flooded, and that is around the Obatampa radio area on the Obom New Market Junction Road, where the Okrudo River extended or overtopped a bridge over there. So it's really a difficult period. The people in Peace Town, another populated area also, were affected by the flooding.
Akwesi, what was the state of the Okrudu River this morning?
So it's going a little bit down. The tide is very high compared to the earlier days prior to last night, yesterday's heavy downfall. And so it's still posing significant threat to properties that are lined up along the banks of the Okrudu River.
Do you have any idea where affected persons from Dokuche-Kope spent the night yesterday?
What we are hearing from the people is that some of the people who were fortunate to have relatives and then friends around places that were not affected joined them to pass the night. Those who have nowhere to go, unfortunately, have to keep vigil because they couldn't sleep in their rooms. Their rooms were completely wet. Most of the rooms were in water. It is just this morning that there's been some sort of little improvement, and it would take some cleaning before the rooms would, before it becomes possible for people to sleep in their rooms. As of yesterday night, before leaving the community, the NADMO had not mapped out any safe haven for the people to go to for a while.
But are you aware if the people have returned this morning to Dokuche-Kope to do the cleaning, as it were, to be able to go or if like go about their duties?
So for some of the residents, that activity began last evening. Those who had only a substantial amount of water left in their rooms were trying to mop it out and then begin the cleaning. But in the areas where the flooding were heavy, they are now doing that activity. They are bringing out their belongings from their rooms, trying to clean and wash those that could be, salvaged and reused, while dumping away those that have been completely destroyed.
This Dokuche Copper community is one that has existed, if you like, I want to say peacefully with the Okrudu River for a while now. When you engage them, do they tell you whether they've experienced anything of the sort before?
So the heaviest flooding situation that hit the community was around 2010, 2012. And during that time, the flooding was very heavy. Even the highway got flooded.
Right.
Then one highway got flooded because the river overtopped that bridge over there, even though this is a very big bridge. But since then, there has been flooding situations. But what happened yesterday is heavier than what we've recorded in recent years. So even in 2022, part of the communities got flooded. Then last year, if you recall, we did an extensive report about flooding in Dokuche Copper. So it happened when it rained. Only that what happened last night or yesterday was heavier than what had previously happened. And so they are really aware that that place is flood prone. And if you move into that particular part of the municipality through to English Yamanfum, the Deeper Life area, through to the Pentecost Church area, you would realize not much work has been done so far as the construction of drains is concerned. So there are no properly constructed drains in the community. And so the people believe that this is accounting for the flooding situation. And then also human activities in the Gao line area. So describe the Gao line as a slum, and you wouldn't be far from right. And so the people living there is an established fact that they do not manage their waste properly. They dump their waste directly into the Okrudu River. And this is a river that lies within almost a greater part of the municipality. And so you can imagine the number of drains that have been channeled into it. And when it is being blocked at a section, you realize it's definitely going to, overflow its banks. So human activities are also a part of it. And then we also have people who have mounted structures in an area that are so close to the river. Even on the roadside, you have people who have mounted containers just a few meters away from the river. And these are all activities contributing to the flooding situation. The people in Dokuche Copper, Gao line, and then Komete continue to suffer.
What type of community is Dokuche Copper? When we come there, what type of buildings are we likely to see?
So, short buildings. Some of them were built with mud or laterite. There are quite a few buildings that were put up with blocks, because this is an old community. It's a very old community which has existed for quite a long time.
All right, Akwesi, I think the final one before you go is whether you have any information on NADMO revisiting the community today.
Definitely. I get that indication, because just as the NADMO director, Nas Nyande, mentioned, they dedicated the whole of yesterday to conduct rescue operations. So I'm sure today the NADMO will be back to conduct its full assessment on the areas that got flooded yesterday, and then come out with any new findings, as well as solutions that would help address this flooding situation we are witnessing.
All right, Akwesi, thank you so much. Akwesi Addo is our Central Regional Correspondent. Yesterday, he was also out and about within the Awutu Senya Eastern Municipality, which was also hit by flooding, just as greater parts of the Greater Accra region. Accra, the capital itself, was also hit. Now, one of the major other communities that was heavily hit was the Dokuche Copper community, and so we're trying to gauge what life is like in the community after the damper and its attendant flooding situation yesterday. Hopefully the NADMO is able to attend to the affected persons, bring some relief items to them, and of course going forward, plans are implemented, not just plans on paper, but plans are implemented to assure a reduction of the flood, because the river will always be there, and we understand the community is quite close to the river. So if we're going to see rains of such magnitude in the future, it is the expectation or the suspicion that there will be further flooding. However, the impact can be mitigated, and that's why we need proper planning and implementation of same within those areas. Yeah.
Nana, it's worrying
Indeed.
that
Yeah.
this is not the first time it's happening, but the community is still situated where the river is. Why haven't they been relocated away from the river? That's also another question we should be asking.
Or can we go into engineering to ensure that if the river overflows, it doesn't flow into the community to flood the community? So that's where I feel innovation technology should come to play. I mean, we've come a long way, and we need to be able to apply some of these things.
Anyway, we have Rashid Kwame Nisau, and he is the Greater Accra Regional Commander for the Ghana National Fire Service. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
How are you doing this morning?
By the grace of Allah, I'm doing well, madam.
We thank God. Now, yesterday we experienced flooding in parts of the country, Greater Accra precisely. Many communities were hit by this flood. Of course, we heard about the fire outbreak at Kwame Nkrumah Circle at the rubber market, which was started somewhere around 8 a.m. and in the evening it was still intensifying. What can you tell us about the state of the fight of the fire this morning?
Okay, so two things, just like you said, happened yesterday.
And
then they happened simultaneously. There was a heavy downpour yesterday. Then during the rain, the fire ignited. So then they were called in to extinguish the fire. Now, when they called us, we had a challenge initially because there was a lot of flood around that area. So it made things very difficult, the movement very difficult, accessibility very difficult for us to get to the scene of the fire. So then we had to wait for some time. So because of that, we started effecting the rescue. Because if you look at even the mandate of the Ghana National Fire Service, protect lives and property. So it's life first before property. So we started rescuing people. Then after an hour or two later, when the flood waters had subsided, our tenders were able to pass through and we started firefighting. So we managed to marshal 5 fire engines. We managed to marshal 5 fire engines, including tanker from AMA. The mayor supported us with a tanker to augment water for firefighting purposes. So yesterday, including the mayor's tanker that he added, we had 6 vehicles, 5 fire engines, and then 1 tanker. And we continued the firefighting until this morning at 03:15 thereabout. We managed to finally extinguish the fire.
Commander, has the cause of the fire been established yet?
No, at the moment we have deployed plainclothes. We deployed them since yesterday to fish out the cause of the fire. But we can infer that if fires of this nature, any time there is a heavy downpour and you have exposed wires, the possibility water getting in contact with naked wires can create a fire. Since it was a market, we've been drumming that markets are places that is meant for buying and selling. It's not for habitation. But you go there yesterday after firefighting, if you can visit there this morning, a lot of cylinders, every indication is that people sleep there and do their businesses there. So if you are sleeping there and combining issues of marketing and domestic issues, that these are the problems we are likely to get. So we are just trying to do our investigations. We will not be able to tell you at the moment, but time when we gather and come to a conclusion, we'll let you know. Because if you sleep in the market, definitely you use candle. If you sleep in the market, you use mosquito coil. If you sleep in the market, you are going to cook. If you sleep in the market, you will iron. All these things are nothing. The precautionary measures that are put in the market are not the same at home. So if you try to transport activities that you are doing at home into the market, we are likely to have challenges like we are facing. But of course, like I said, we are still investigating, and when we get to a conclusion, we'll put it out there.
Chief, quite a busy day it was for you and your men yesterday. Can you give us a summary of some of the notable incidents within Accra and Tema?
I'll limit myself to Accra.
Very well.
Because Tema is also another command.
Right.
In Accra, the flood took us to places like Nanakrum, we're in Bawi, Malam Junction, we're in Amasamang, we're in Chadu, we're in Almighty Odona, where we had a lot of problems. We're in Odona, because Odona's own was mixed with fire. So these were some of the areas that, in fact, with even Odona, we registered, we had 4 bodies. We retrieved 4 bodies. 2 around just by Odona there, and another 2 around some meters away from Odona. So we had 4 dead reported at Odona yesterday.
Very well.
These were the activities that we did yesterday.
Chief, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Yes, but I also want to use this opportunity to still caution the general public that it's not over. The rains are still pouring down, and then we should take the precautionary measures. Especially, we shouldn't take shelter at filling stations and so on and so forth. Our numbers are 030-277-2446. If you need our assistance, 030-277-2446.
Right.
If I have authorized that this morning the tender should be on standby for any emergency, we are deploying as usual. So our doors are opened to be able to save more lives and property.
Thank you so much, sir. ACFO2 Rashid Kwame Nisau, who is the Greater Accra Regional Commander for the Ghana National Fire Service, giving us some updates regarding the various incidents as recorded yesterday. So, in summary, over 479 persons were rescued safely. There were about 4 flood-related deaths confirmed, 1 fire-related death confirmed, total deaths 5. 1 person injured, 12 persons survived a building collapse, and 1 person is reported missing. So that's like sort of a summary of the incident, notable incidents in Accra and in Tema.
And you can call 0302, like you mentioned earlier, 0302-772-446 for any form of assistance. He mentioned that fire tenders are also on standby to help in the event of any form of fire outbreak. And so, like he mentioned, just be careful. If you have no business in town, please do stay home. All right, we have Wahab Abdul Razak, and he is at Kwame Nkrumah Circle currently to bring us updates from the incident of the fire outbreak and flooding incident yesterday. Good morning, Wahab.
Good morning, Dede and Nana. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Very well, thank you.
How are you too?
Yeah, I'm very fine. But it's unfortunate, not too well, because of what I'm witnessing at my current location. Very troubling scenes, and yeah, so it's a good morning, but not too good for a lot of people. Yeah.
So this is the scene of the fire outbreak from yesterday.
Exactly. So this is Adabraka, the plastic market, which is a few meters away from the Odo River. and it's very devastating over here. Although the floodwaters have receded, the fire has been extinguished, but troubling scenes here because I hope you can see in my shots remnants of several hundreds of shops and livelihoods that were devastated, that were destroyed by yesterday's fire. In flood water, which later on saw the fire incident at the plastic market at Adabraka. It's very troubling because a lot of the traders and business or the owners are now coming in to really assess the impact of the situation, with a lot of them counting losses, weeping, crying, and also asking how they're going to put themselves together and come back to business. So it's a devastating scene here, very troubling, unfortunate, and that's what you can see in your shots. Almost all the shops at the plastic market were brought down by the fire and all that. But yes, as we speak, some officials from the Korle Klottey Municipal Assembly, NADMO, have also come to the area to assess the situation. We have some executives of the markets also here, ensuring that for some of the products that the fire really did not get to destroy, thieves and unscrupulous, people do not come in and pick them. So they are also here. They've actually locked all the gates to the market, and they are there to ensure that yes, people do not come in and pick the staffs. We'll be speaking to the NADMO, who are here to also assess. They have been here for some time to assess the situation, to tell us what they've gathered. But then let's engage one of the market executives to tell us how they got to hear of the situation. Yes, it was flood, and later on we saw the fire and all that. So yes, tell us how they heard of the incident and all that. Good morning, sir. You're live on Channel 1 Television.
Fine morning, sir.
Yeah, so tell us, how did you get to hear of the incident yesterday? It was flood. The entire area was inundated by the flood waters, and later we heard of the fire incident here. Can you tell us how you heard of the issue?
Yeah, that time the flooding was to about my chest level or my shoulders.
That's what time?
About 6:30. Yeah, 6:30 in the morning. So the head of security sacked everybody to go out, and then from there he realized from one of the meter that it sparked fire, because the flooding got to that level of the meter. So the meter was in the waters. That's where it sparked fire. Yes.
So that's around what time?
About 6:30 in the morning. Yeah.
And at that time, were there traders in the premise?
Yes, but because of the level of the flooding, they didn't enter the shop. They were at the around of the market. This place was a bit lower than the other places, so they were at that side. And then that time he drive them away, so they all got out from the area. Yes.
So how many traders are we talking about? How many people have been affected by this incident?
3,000 for now. 3,000 people. Yeah.
3,000, and all their livelihoods just gone like that?
Everything. We lose everything. This woman, she's a widow. The husband died, very short time ago. And now he lose everything, about 400,000 Ghana cedis. Only one person. Yeah, so, yes, sir. Okay. So that's it.
So since then, have you received people? Right. So since then, how have they been dealing with it? But when the incident happened, did you record any casualties, injuries, or so?
Yeah, there was an injury, so we sent them to hospital.
How many?
Three of them. Yes.
So how are they faring now? How are they doing now?
Oh, they are still there. I will just take the report later, but they are still there. Yeah.
So what's your name and what's your role?
Reverend George Ohineje, head of the Plastic Sellers Association of Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the head of the Plastic Sellers Association of Ghana, telling us about how he got to know of the incident. The number of, he's telling us that over 3,000 traders have been affected by this incident, losing all their livelihoods. 3,000 of them, over 3,000 being affected by this incident. And he, from our interview, was telling us that yes, the situation started at around 3:30 a.m. in the morning when the flood water, the level got to that of the meter, and one of the meters struck fire, and that is how he was briefed. That's how he got to know of the incident. Yes, let's speak to one of the affected traders who is here to also assess. Yeah. Good morning.
Namiadum.
Sempandra. Nsuo no eto yeyire ha impofrim ne esan ehun se eja enso ato baby a mudi dwa wa ha kaswa ensen na osifa ete situation
edam ba kwa 15 ahye no me fa ne sen manfa na easy o enu am BP na yesa pum me no modro no kra emafam o na mahu se chairman wuntumi TV ni
we are Channel 1 TV. Yes.
Yo, me fam TV so. Ede adesrede edu tumpanyufo anim se omumboa ye. Don ama omumboa ye. Na ye bibia kojo. Edam ba ko pose hwidi mu a ade wo mu klabru 1 billion. Edam ba ko. Me nkwa me dan 15 rooms. Nyina ahye.
Now then out on
Miton baby plastic chair dia mitisui and a drum abochi foreign drums ni bi folder table folder chair and a bowls a yedi konsuo de yedi num bucket just say baby miton bi pa ye ha ye host e ha na manfo betu nyoma no ekoton ye ha nya de ye yini baako wo ba no abefa ni bebre na wo de ko na wo so akoton na ye wa ha na me bibia hye minimi nua manum ye bibia seye na mom no me de dwanto amaye papa mahama say yesra no ohun ye mobo ye dwadefo ma ye mobo dodo ohun ye mobo de bia nso yiye ye nso ye nkasa ye bunsuo ne ya wohoro ya de ne ya san to aso na we de gya na be hye atu ye bibia se ye papa chama wuntumi yi misramo ye papa baomia yesramo empanyufu amu kebie ye mumba boayen e wo mprempri ye mu na mo mbeboa ye nya yie muti se bibia ye ya enya mo de abra mu hia moa no mo ba ye nchen yo ye papa chama wuntumi wo ba odo na market seka ba wo ba ha misramo se na mo so mu hia moa mo frɛ ye no ye so ene ye hia mo moa ye hear mu happy yourself ye hear mu and then they from happy yourself because I am crying woman today and then they from me crying woman I'm not a happy yourself again mumbe boye yes ramo boye menisu na ebreminti na matena se yes me won to me o menisu breme to say me tenase na me kasa
we dey go say na me pese me bisa wo hwe wo nyoma ahye titira wo keka si eni a sika afi me bebe yesen
me nyoma ahye se me carry met ma kasa bia 8 billion or 7 billion me nyoma ahye even post me hwe nyoma margin for 3 weeks in 2 weeks for 3 weeks in it's more than 4 billion asana nyoma me wo go order because e hosting ye man nyoma ne nsa ye dey ba ada say nyoma pieces fancy say akonwa we a wo gini be 2000 pieces what on be 800 700 the free so sanji because you be bo pe colors we be colors we asan ti no na se entu ni ye jigum sika ahye yes ye kan wa some ye bip ni be san kosoro kra me nko happy yourself say me kan me sika ebru 8 billion is more than that na loan su na makoje e na me di adwuma me ndu baby ayo yes raban de bia nso ni yiye o nso de yiye de bia be 10 years wa nso ni yiye enso yiye na yasa kope nso na de awoworo na we de jana ba chi yen etu ya sa etu yen nsuru nyina egu abonten yes re omampanyin yes re vice president oba oh mami abatampa ayemu yiye wumani ye wu be wu mami boy wate tie yesu frɛ ma yesu ndu wanim ma ye hawdu wanim yakoma nyina ebubu ye ni kamafo ya kamafo ne moa ma me abatampa tie ye damas
so into praying we send our betimi akeka nyoma esi ani na eja wasan aba back to business me first a hide maybe praying you want me be ma mo se mo san be didwa but sign na praying mu ubetify waduane die mu se de be ya aha se kasa train send our betimi akeka nyoma esi ani ama
se e wa kwanya mu de ma me osade no se see happy yourself am tea he there me nka say me sika hini nyina na nka yemfa mbre me da bi yemfa mboa me na mo se see prempren me nye sika metimi de abobo papata ni biom na me nye sika kakra metimi akofa me nuoma me kra ni beje makuma beto me because see ya no me ni sika kra me ne me makra ye bedidi se see me nye obi be so ye mu so obobo ya pata na maye asa ma bibi kakra se yenkofa no man kakra ye be sa shabrabo na se fufuro ye nimsi ye sha se fufuro di ye beduru bebia ne ye duru ansa na efri ye nsei enti emua de omu de be boa ye biara no ye nsa be som me de me nsa be som kitue bi ensa te bi ensa
na oni ekasa waka chen se nsuo to a eyirumu na masasa nsuo na mo de ahohoro enwema no ho ba sa eno no twemadwin si bibi so se me bi mo nkoye insurance de atorenchem ti se ibisi a eja mo be de ebe suso mo ho
no kura insurance for ba ha na nhehye na omu ne ye be fa mu sika ye be kukuru di aba for starting na no odene omu se omu hwe wadwuma na wo ye na mo hwe se bia wodwuma ne ye be 10 billion na ye pese wodi be 2 billion 2.5 billion ena embra ansa na ma ye insurance na ma ena yeso adwuma ye no togum enti ebe ye din se betime yi se sika no se ye rekwakọ ye insurance no enti ye ntimi anya insurance ni balance ya enti ni ye prepare ye ho for this year we say ye prepare ye ho na yaye ye gusu se anka betu one amount as antorechi abetu ye ti insurance no ye nya nkonye ye na abetu ye because omuso ye hwe onoma na wo ton noma na wo oda no na ye de be ye hu insurance aye de amount enti scan omu demand ye ntimi enti ama ye ntimi anko ansa na anko research na ntorechi we ban enti sa na tie
awe de kose ye bompa ese yankopon be hyehyewre na wama ahode a wode ebetime ekura sa nsohwe ya atui na adomfo nso beba na ijoma be suso mumu. So that's one of the market traders here at Odona market telling us how the situation has really affected her. She was telling us that she's lost close to 800,000 cedis worth of products that she sells here, that the fire has destroyed over 8,000 Ghana cedis worth of products that she has lost here. And again, she was telling us that yes, the place always gets flooded whenever it rains, but they use the same flood waters to clean the products so that yes, they can sell them. I was asking her about whether the continuous flooding of the area prompted them to maybe consider insurance packages and all that. But the challenge that she cited was that the initial contribution for the insurance in a way demotivated them to commit to it, which today has resulted them into counting their losses because they have virtually nothing to start up again all over their business, and are therefore calling on authorities to come to their aid to help them. So their concern really is that if they get something to, if they get the structures again erected for them, they can come back to business and yes, start all over again. So that is the situation here at Odona Plastic Market. In your shot, you can see some smoke still coming from a section there, and it's beginning to drizzle. It's drizzling as I'm reporting now. Over 3,000 traders affected by this incident, and NADMO also here assessing the situation and all that. Yes, so because NADMO is currently at the scene assessing the situation, we have to go out of the market square, but we're going outside but still engage some residents and traders who were here from the beginning of the incident so that they tell us their story, how they got to know how they were affected and all that. A lot of people are actually here looking at the issue. Let's go to this. Good morning.
Yeah, plastics. Kakra, nyamani nyina shi.
Kose. Na emrebe na wote say atorenchem say AC was.
Me who watch TV so. Me share TV na me who say you see Odona market shi.
Na who here na at first glance saying na usifa react say yes and it's how far.
Enya easy. It wasn't easy at all. Enya easy kura. Eya fani easy kura.
Incident now
yeah, pa ban cho say on be bua here because they are see there.
Right. Okay. All right. So that is also one of the traders here at Odona Plastic Market. Odona Plastic Market. She was also telling us about how she was. So actually, she's saying she got to hear of the incident on TV, and it wasn't easy for her at all to really appreciate what was happening, what happened at her marketplace. So Aja, when you look at your products, when you quantify it in terms of money, how much do you think you've lost?
I can't tell you, because we have lost billions of cedis. We can't tell, because we own some of the companies. Most of the companies that supply us the goods, we are owing them. So we have to check. We have to cross-check our. We are owing. We are owing most of the companies. They give us the goods on credit.
Okay. So, but in so you are saying you can't quantify the amount in terms of money, right? But I understand that this particular area always mostly flood whenever it rains. That maybe prompt you to consider insurance, so that in situations like this, at least you can have something to fall on to start all over again.
Yes, that's what the insurance is very, very important, to have an insurance, but we don't have. Fortunately, we don't have it.
Why?
I don't know. You're a market woman. It has already happened. It has already happened. Already come.
Sorry about that. What's your name?
Hawa Musa.
Musa. I'm sorry, very sorry. We're wishing you strength to be able to accommodate it, and also a speedy startup so that you can come back to business. So that's one of the traders at the Odona market. Hawa Musa, tell us about how she has also been affected about the fire incident, and how troubling it was for her when she heard of the news on TV. We're going to speak to one of the women in the area to tell us about how she also got to know of the issue. So she lives close to the market, just a street that separates her from the market. So let's engage her briefly. Our Machiapo to say.
Yeah.
Andra, Yantia Sempa, Ewa Hasi, in Suto, hanging on Yidi, na Ija, and so a tour side Ija, Kesi Moon, Catcher and Sena, I say now.
Patro, mid.
Okay, into Sena Usifa et say, dear, a course.
I then started 6 o'clock. Namada, me, and then by Banyan. It's a Sata Mamako in channel. And do 1 minute na Janet free her. 6 o'clock no. A free her. Nesato light program. And also about near tail. And so no see a namusa. Me in so doing her. Na mamma be her. But then soon no. Na a colour assuming. Na menso. But then soon Missa no dear deco. Or dear deconte. Malam ni biwaha. Or no so a idea of Renyame. Yamusum Yaminshirano. Or no so family. No the shemichi, no kutakolano, no bisubeji babako, na yetime odi ya chu.
There's a merbang finally with me I say.
Nte ya be free hand nte say you did 2 hours na di the journey soon a p.
So I'm just one of the residents here. I'm close to the markets. The Odona market where the fire incident happened subsequently after the flood. So she is telling us about how the so she was telling us about how she saw the incident. She actually witnessed it at first hand. So she had to swim all the way from the market for about 2 hours to a different area close to Sahara before she was able to be fine. But anyway, you know, you say Eja, and so I saw a war a journey catch and send it a banner saying,
near the bar.
If you found
if he toilet in the bar. And I soon dear coin, so no bear say, okay, if he has 6, the bar hanum, bear say 3:30. Crow waha, you the crow abaha, the crow na crow and a dear dictum, ne kojanaha. Obisu wuha na yinu si aidemu na de no koye na nyame adom akokko 6 no na so ni nyina timi akona ye bai me yiri bidie ni nyina akona nya bi ma no na yeso ona de me ko mfie manda ma wo 11 nti se me nkola mienu pe na wo ha ba ko wa kura se ketwa no so wo ha nti me nimi de obefere me ma mi na ye ma me me ma me ni nua be ma ne ba ne yire no wana medina ya mama wa mini obia
finally on be ball pon mu nya na e woni de ade nyina sen na se bia ne se sen there be wo sen na osifa esifa ha of fire
oh ha me na me de misu me de nim su de na besu ma me su o se me su na me de me je me mani na me je su esu de misu pa easy Misuye because akola na beso minsem e na ode mitwa akola no je na ho no on na beso minsem na ode mi yatata ma ya hanum so ayema ba bia beko na janso etum na ma mi se o mpa cho se no se no nti ye hu se na ewu machi nti ye pa cho ye ndwane eno mu ntere define so mu ko ye
na ase onyoma de
oh minema eno na se na magina ho ameyi ase bibia kakra mpo amedi krampo nyame na do menya kakra ni nyina akọ me hu ne me nyame ni de me hu ne me me phone so me so menyae kese na pe de akoma anu so asai se ketwa na me frɛ me kuna wo wuye na chiriba ewo labadi na me chia no busa se me se hade ni ma ni nyina asai na me hu bi asai oba be kasa sai mami sorry na onyama te sai nyamwa me hu bi mo na me de be ye me mba busa
from ha any mombe kasa yin bisamo said isifa ko yen obi amba ha
jise mo obi anyamba na but eno de police for any facets for omoboaye no mo de ye de tu krom de ye koye ene be yi funu nso firi ha ne de koye obi ajise mo na mo ba obi amba anokore ni me de mpacho ye frema ajoa
So this is
kurom di no yefra me Niwesu.
Niwesu.
Mama egu, papa egu. Na me woman ban so no mo nyina egu. Akankola mi pe. Eno pe.
Omni no mo ne wona wa ha say.
Mpacho ba ko no owo konta na mafia na sese no mikunu ya na adwuma na oje ode se nsa bidi adwuma na oye ho ana ba ko na afi na watwera wie no no so obi fa no all this speaker cast kakra ono krapo na pa nyina nye frame
So this is Adwoa Niwesu. She is a resident. She lives close to the Odona market where the fire incident followed the flood water, the flooding yesterday. And she's telling us, she told us about how the situation has affected her. This is her residence. And so she was telling us that it took the benevolence of the canoe that came around to evacuate her from this particular place yesterday to rescue her to a higher height where the situation was a little bit manageable. So she's telling us that she's lost everything, virtually everything. As you can see in your shots, everything is gone like that. Very, very troubling, very troubling. But Auntie Adwoa, okay, on your ma washing in a sea and near Sika Fem. No, okay, baby, saying.
Oh, da, and the go. I know they intimate Kabi. I know they intimate. I can't hear me to me. When you're money in Nadia, I say. Into my friend, the question, I say. Me book up in the question, and I don't know some more. And the panacea, me BBM, you know, me name the woman so. Name the boy, both for beyond over boy. Mammy, pen I am a boy for.
So she's almost tearing, very troubling and troubling scene here. So she's saying it's only left to, she was only able to get her Bible and the book that she takes to church. That is the only thing she got out of the whole thing. She's lost virtually everything of hers is gone. And she was telling us earlier that up until now, no authority has visited the scene after the floodwaters receded and the fire fully extinguished at the market. No one has visited the area to speak to them, to really ascertain what they are going through and all that. But as we speak, NADMO officials are in the market assessing the situation, the impact and all that. But for residents living close to the area who were heavily affected by the flooding, they are saying they are yet to see any official visiting them and engaging them and all that. So now the woman we engaged earlier was Auntie Adwoa. She lives in a kiosk just close to the market where the fire incident happened, giving us troubling and very devastating account of how she got to hear of the flooding, the fire, how she was rescued with a canoe from where she left to a more higher ground where the situation was a bit manageable. And now she's calling for help because she says she's lost everything and she cannot even quantify in terms of money. The situation is not pleasant. It's an eyesore over here. Very, very troubling, devastating. Almost everything gone. In your shots are some things that were able to be taken out of the market. So yeah, these are aluminium products and these are plastic chairs, bowls. Yeah, so some of the things they sell in the market. Yeah, these are some of the few things that were able to be taken after the fire was finally extinguished by the Ghana Fire Service yesterday. But the market, as at now, has been locked because NADMO officials from the Korle Klottey Municipal Assembly are currently in there assessing the situation, and they've locked all the entrances to the market. So the traders currently, the market sellers, the traders are now going to have a meeting with the association, the Plastic Sellers Association. So we will update you on what will come out of that meeting. But still ongoing here, the market women, the traders are still counting their losses, looking at the situation, are still calling on authorities. Yeah, so they're also moving around to see how the flooding situation was. The flood that accompanied the unfortunate fire incident that we witnessed yesterday at the Odona Plastic Market area. So let's get to one of the shops. So the market is locked, and one of the security officials from the Korle Klottey Assembly, who is on guard to ensure that no unscrupulous people come around to take anything that do not belong to them out of market, is here with me. Good morning, sir. You are live on Channel 1 Television.
Yeah, my name is Ebenezer, and I'm a secretary from Korle Klottey Municipal Assembly, and I'm here to take care of the items that are being spoiled items. The criminals are here much, stealing the items whereby it belongs not to them. That's why I'm here, sir.
So have you recorded any incident, maybe someone coming for something that do not belong to them so far?
Oh, yes, we have got 2 cases. Now we have detained them at a certain place.
Detain who?
The criminals. They stole the government property with the roofing seals that has been burned, and they are stolen it. And the copper wires, the aluminium, the scrap dealers are there to buy match for the criminals. And we are there to defend, not to steal items from there. Yes, that's why we are here.
So he is a security person from the Korle Klottey Municipal Assembly, telling us that yes, they are here to guard the place, to ensure that criminals, as he described, do not come around to take anything that do not belong to them. And he's telling us that currently they have 2 people who came around and have been detained at a place. Yes, because they came to pick something, and yes, scrap dealers are also there picking some of the metal products and aluminium, the copper wires and all that. So they are on guard to protect the market area. So we're still at Odona Plastic Market, where there was a fire incident yesterday. Currently in the market is NADMO from the Korle Klottey Municipal Assembly assessing the situation, and the market traders are also going to have a meeting with the Plastic Sellers Association. We will update you on what comes out of that meeting. So troubling scene. We are behind the markets. Let's also understand how the flood affected shops around the area. So this is a provision shop from your shop. They sell tomato puree, rice and all that. And yes, the flood, the water entered the shop, and yeah, most of the items, as you can see in your shots, destroyed by the flood. Very unfortunate.
All right, Wahab.
And troubling. Yes, Nana.
Yes, just a quick one. Give us an idea of access into and exit from the market. What does it look like? Yesterday, we know that one of the major challenges the Ghana National Fire Service had was access to the markets. However, this was due to the flood waters that had occupied the road leading to the market. But for the market itself, what does the access way look like?
So currently there is an easy access to the area because the floodwaters have receded. They have receded, yes. It's just small potholes on the road that have some amount of water in there. But yes, generally the floodwaters have receded, so the movement and access to the area is quite easy. It's just some vehicles that are parked on the road when you come in from Circle as down to the markets that are parked there. But yes, and when we were coming here, yes, we witnessed that it was seamless. The road, of course, is very muddy. That is the only challenge. Other than that, the movement to the scene is that accessible. Yes. So that is it with regards to movement and access to the area. Is that accessible because the waters have receded, and which is easing movement to and from the scene, the market and its environs. So traders are still counting their losses after that unfortunate fire incident. Yeah.
Yes. So the access I'm asking about is access into the market. Forget about the flood waters. Is it possible for the fire tender to move into the market to be able to fight the fire? Asking because of the difficulty the fire service had. Even after they had access after the flood waters, it took them about 6-7 hours to fight the fire. So if you can describe the entrance of the market to us, so we can have a fair idea.
Right, so Nana, the entrance of the market is not really big to make way for a vehicle like the fire tender to access the market. Yes, so it's not that big. So let me take you to so that you can see how one of the entrances is not that big at all. So the fire tenders, I'm sure, that could not go into the market area. Yeah, so the entrance is not big at all. Just about the entrance of the market is just about 4 to 5 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
About
so
4 feet.
That's the entrance there in our shot as we can see it. So clearly the tender could not have access the inner perimeter of the market, and so the firefighting would have mostly been done from behind the wall of the market. Good stuff. Wow. Thank you so much. We'll come back to you for some more updates as and when you get them, and as and when the NADMO officials are done with their inspection. And of course, the results of that meeting between the traders themselves and their association leadership. But Wahab Abdul Razak bringing us live pictures from the Ordona rubber market, which caught fire yesterday. And so within the Ordona space, there was a twin disaster, if we can put it that way, fire and floods. And while the emergency response agencies, the NADMO, the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the Ghana Police Service were engaged in rescue operations. They were also waiting out the flood water so it recedes, so they could tackle the fire which was raging just behind the community. So behind, if you like, the Adabraka down, that's the NS Chemist warehouse where there are some residential facilities. It's the rubber market that sits on, if you like, the bank of the Odo. So that market had caught fire, but access was impeded because floodwaters had taken over the road that leads to that market. Wahab Abdul Razak bringing us live pictures from there. We'll be going back to him if he gets some more updates for us while we're still on the show. But stay with us. We'll take a quick break and return with some more interesting conversations right here on Breakfast Daily.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as 98 Ghana cedis only on GoTV.
Upper East Rising, Pale Framework 2026 to 2035. Prosperity through enterprise, agriculture, resilience, and livelihoods. The future begins now. For generations, the Upper East region has been rich in culture, agriculture, enterprise, and human potential. Today, a new chapter begins. Join industry leaders, policymakers, development partners, investors, and innovators as we unveil a bold 10-year development framework designed to unlock billions in investment opportunities, create sustainable jobs, transform agriculture, strengthen local industries, and improve livelihoods across all 15 districts of the Upper East region. The date is June 29 to July 1, 2026. The venue is Desert Pastures Auditorium in Bolgatanga. The time, 9 a.m. prompt. Pearl, building prosperity from our strength. Pearl, building the Upper East we deserve. This forum is under the auspices of the Upper East Regional Coordinating Council, members of Parliament from the Upper East region, and the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana. Media partners, City FM and Channel 1 TV.
Smile. Hey, Dr. Ramsey. Hey, how's it going? It's good. So when the patients come in, I usually say, we only do regular cleanings if your mouth is healthy, which means you don't have a lot of hard plaque buildup underneath your gum or above your gum line. You don't see a lot of bleeding when you're brushing or flossing. There's no shaky teeth, no inflammation going on.
Right. And if they do have all those things that you mentioned, then they need to have a different type of cleaning, which is called a deep cleaning or periodontal therapy. Also could be called scaling and root planning. Sounds a little bit scary, but it's not. Basically, you have a lot of hardened plaque underneath the gum line where you can't see with your eyes. And that bacteria is causing an infection. And that's what's causing the gums to puff up and bleed. Some people notice bad breath odor that they, no matter how they brush, they floss, it won't go away.
Healthy smile. Every day, we make choices. Some big, some small.
What would you be doing today? I want this or...
Every day, we make choices. And sometimes... choices that shape our hearts. Hi. Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision, the Lydia Ranger gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
My line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hoto so a will bedroom.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel. Happy Smile. This advert is FDA approved.
The biggest football festival is on. Don't miss a single moment of the FIFA World Cup action. Experience every goal, every save, and every celebration in a stunning clarity with our brand new Franco television ranging from 32 inches to 100 inches. Stay cool throughout the tournament with our energy-efficient air conditioners from 1.5 horsepower to 2.5 horsepower. While enjoying the tournament, keep your refreshment perfectly chilled with our quality fridges. Franco has everything you need to create the ultimate match day experience. Take advantage of our special online promo plus free delivery within Accra and Kumasi. Visit any of our Franco shop nationwide or our website at www.francotrading.com. You can also download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. For further enquiries, call the numbers on the screen. Franco, home of quality electronics.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. Now, marketing has moved past selling products and services. Today, marketing is about creating an experience for the customer and then also helping the customer, you know, in terms of building lasting relationships with the customer. Today on our conversation, we'll be talking about what marketing was 10, 20 years ago. And then we'll talk about marketing today. And then also we will explore a new marketing, affiliate marketing. And to help us have this in-depth conversation is none other than our African marketing experts. He's introduced himself.
I'm not sure he needs an introduction.
He doesn't need an introduction. He's none other than Professor Robert Hinson. He's a marketing, he says he's a marketing professor in many universities.
It is what it is.
And then we have Kingsley Kofi Amwate. He's a chief commercial officer for GoServo. And then Henry Kwao, head of business at GoServo. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Prof,
yes, please.
You were at the
boot camp.
Yes.
It was fire.
Tell me about it.
Oh, we brought heaven down. Come on. Look, I was tasked to deal with the participants for 2 days. So my first session was on customer service for market advantage, you know, and that's very interesting to the extent that all true marketing excellence today is customer experience excellence. So if you had somebody called a chief marketing officer, your number one job is to pivot the whole C-suite to the customer. So from CEO to CFO to CIO to CTO, your job in the C-suite is to let everybody know that the customer is central to all organizational efforts. So marketing that works puts customers at the center. So that was what I did for the, and my second one was on issues around reputation management in the digital age, because now with all these moving parts with digital and social media, one small problem can trend and destroy your company you built for 32 years. So the principles for managing reputation have changed. So my second one was on corporate comms, PR, but it went well. And then I threw in some personal branding extra for them. Oh, they were happy. We were even dancing in the session. We were playing some Milli Vanilli. It was very powerful. So we enjoyed ourselves, and the testimonials have been good. So yeah, I've been doing the City Boot Camp for 2 million years. The city is my home. So one of the key things.
How old are you?
I'm like 27.
You know,
Trudy turned 24 yesterday. He was telling me she's a Gen Z. Yeah, Trudy is my crowd. Yes. I've been hanging with Trudy quite a bit, but I've been with City Channel 1 forever. And one of the most recurrent things I've spoken about on City is customer experience, branding and the customer, marketing and the customer. So marketing really is about value. And even old marketing, which was more about selling, still had something around value in there. But marketing today is really about a value discussion.
Right.
What do you want? How can I deliver it? How does it deliver value to you? How do you keep coming back to me? Once you can keep that value focus intact, you'll be a successful marketer even in 2050. It is what it is. It's a value discussion. Yes.
Prof, you've been talking about customer experience.
Yes.
What really is customer experience?
So customer experience is just understanding the customer journey in respect of how they even interact your brand in the first instance. Do they see you on an Instagram shopper post? Do they see you on TikTok? Do they see you on Facebook? So from that first encounter with your brand, how do they eventually make an inquiry? How do they eventually buy? When they are going to buy, what were the pain points they came into the relationship with? And how is your product or service configured to deliver value that takes those pain points away? Now, you know, in any normal organization, there are so many touch points. So you need to map the full ecosystem of the customer journey and be deliberate in crafting propositions to ensure that from the beginning through the journey to post journey, you are always with the customer. But it starts by understanding what constitutes value to them. You need to understand the customer insights, because without insights, you can't configure good solutions. We're in an insight economy. It's all about finding. So companies that are semi-arrogant about knowing what the customer wanted 2 years ago and thinking the needs haven't changed, they are in trouble already. Because nowadays, customers, they change like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So keep your finger on the pulse, map the customer journey, deliver propositions that meet or exceed their needs at every point, and that's how you keep them happy and they keep coming back to you over and over and over. So it's the totality of those experiences that constitute the customer experience.
Wonderful.
Yes, please.
Wonderful. Henry, clearly it looks like the marketing has moved from the days of don't call me, and now you're building relationships. But why do I mean, I have my money, I want to purchase a product. Why do I need to know you? Why do you want to have a relationship with me?
Absolutely, and the name is Kingsley.
Kingsley, sorry.
Right. So, rightly so, like Prof said, marketing has gone beyond just promoting a product and services to now creating value, building a lasting relationship with the final consumer, with the ultimate objective of driving business growth. Today, marketing is data driven, it's customer centric. Okay, and it is deeply embedded with technology. It's enabled by technology. Your today customer is far more sophisticated, right? They are more informed. They have more information, than ever. There is such an explosion of information all over the place because of digital adoption, right? So the customer expects more, right? And it is important that we use data to understand the customer and meet the customer at the point of need.
Right.
So that is very, very important.
Wonderful.
And at GoSavo, that is what we do. We help brands to translate data into measurable growth through customer acquisition, customer retention, and customer lifecycle management, and moving them to advocacy. That's what we do at GoSavo.
Right. You have a Ghanaian example you can share with us?
Well, so we have such a unique proposition to the market. In a solution or in a concept called performance marketing, right? Where we are moving advertisers, brands, businesses to the point where they only pay for results. Okay, so maybe Channel One should be talking to GoSavo. What we do is we shorten the sales life cycle for businesses.
Okay.
So we run lead gen campaigns using our network, and I mean subsequently we will go more into the workings of the network for you to understand the propositions for the market.
Right.
Yeah. Brands, businesses, SMEs only pay for results, other than paying for impressions and awareness. Yeah,
definitely. We're going to go into the details of the network, but I just want to pick your thoughts on this shift from, or if you like, the availability now for consumers to have more information regarding brands, and the shift from the traditional media. I mean, there are those days where you can literally know an advert right from the first beat. When you hear it on the TV or radio, but now it's not like that. So I mean, this shifts. What does it present for marketing in Ghana now?
Okay, so what the shift presents is personalization. We've all spoken about it. Marketing 10 years ago was when I see that sound, I hear that sound on TV. And then I rush to go and watch it. Or I know what it is. That is the awareness we needed. Marketing now is different, right? We don't have much time sitting behind TV anymore. We are on messaging apps, we are on platforms that are on our phones, and spend most times there. So if you don't catch me there, you lose me. Marketing was when it was product oriented. Now it's customer oriented because there are so many varieties in the market. What extra value are you giving to me such that I stick with your product and not the other one? So it's really changed. The narrative is changed now. Even if it's a product that is solving my problem, I need more. You need to give me more to stick with you and keep coming back. So the narrative, the channels, everything have changed now, and that is why GoSevo and AAI are up with this program. There's a training program we are coming up with that's supposed to shape how brands and businesses are advertising now to a more intentional approach.
Now let's talk about your payment models. You have pay per cost, cost per lead, cost per acquisition, and then cost per sale. How does a business decide which model is right for them?
Right. So, I mean, yes, rightly. So there are several models, right? So, and we serve different verticals of the market. One of the top performing verticals at the moment is the consumer electronics, right? So for consumer electronics, what will be suited for is the cost per sale.
Okay.
Right. Now, for a subscription-based service, then we are looking at cost per activation, right? So when you join or when you come to us, we look at the vertical of the market that you belong, and then we create and tailor the program to suit you. Okay. We have the PPP as well. There are campaigns that are solely to drive awareness, okay, and we are able to deploy that to, you know, just deliver the effect of reach and impact for you.
Right. So maybe you will break it down further. What exactly is the GoSevo affiliate network? What problems have we identified, and what problem is it solving for Ghanaian businesses and, if like, content creators?
It's very interesting, the proposition of the GoSevo affiliate network. So the GoSevo affiliate network is a two-sided digital marketplace where you have merchants on one side. So merchants are advertisers, brands like yourself. And on the other side, we have our publisher network. Okay, so a publisher could be a creator, an influencer, an average professional who understands the art and skills and science of digital marketing, right, or performance marketing. And what we do is we are bringing them on a common platform where merchants avail products and services, which we call offers.
Right.
Okay, so once you avail the offer to the network, our publishers pick it up and they run as per the business rule that are created for that particular offer. And when there is, you know, conversion, you get paid for it. You get compensated for it because we use what we call the tracking technology to account for attribution. And it is one of the differentiating factors for performance marketing, where attribution has a clear metrics. So you join as a merchant, an advertiser, a brand, we define the metrics and we are delivering to you based on the campaign promise and the campaign KPIs.
So how can one sign up to be part of the affiliate marketing?
Very simple. You just visit us at gosevoaffiliate.com. It's www.gosevoaffiliate.com. And so you sign up as an advertiser, a merchant, you know, you have products and services to promote, or you join as a publisher, where we give you an opportunity to, you know, participate in that digital economy and then, you know, monetize your digital influence.
Prof, you've written a lot of books.
By the
What's
grace
the
of God.
latest?
The latest, there are plenty. So we have this contemporary marketing one, and then we just did a new one on service marketing. The last one was in 2012. I remember Mr. Kobianda of Bank of Africa launched at the British Council 14 years ago. So we have an AI-enabled 2026 version because the issues are very different in 2026. And then we have another one on customer experience for market advance. That's what I spoke about at the boot camp. And I'm working on one-to-one presentation skills because people are afraid AI will take over with AI voice, but your voice is still your voice. So if you are going to meet targets at Omni Media, you must still be able to give a brilliant presentation to yourself at APSA. You must be able to kill it with the Asi Edward Stanchart. So I'm doing something around presentation skills as well because I've learned by experience that there are two things you do from when you are born to when you die. You make written presentations and oral presentations.
Indeed.
If you are going to be a world-class professional, you must master both, whether you're in finance, HR, or the media. So I'm trying to, and the title is very interesting. It's,
you want to give it out?
Okay, no, there's new fight in the title. The word new fight is a very powerful word. And adapted new fight is in the title. So you are wait. It will be ready in about 5 weeks. So I'll come back here to discuss it when it's ready.
And what's of this?
This one is for you. It's called Contemporary Marketing and Emerging Market Kaleidoscope, where I write for marketing for Africa. Not. I mean, I respect Philip Kotler. He's 93, 94 now, but we've all read Kotler for the last 40, 50 years. It's time to read Hinson. You see what I'm saying? And read Hinson for Africa, because
and we'll be reading Hinson for a very long time.
By the grace of God, sir. Yeah, because here our issues are very different, and the market approaches we need should be context relevant. Otherwise, you won't do well. Africa is a very nuanced space, so I'm trying to do a couple of these to sort of speak to our African situation. So that's where we are, Dede.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof.
Yes,
Robert
please.
Hinson,
Yes, please.
Henry Kwao, and Kingsley Kofi Amwate. Thank
But
you.
there's a last thing. The 299, I didn't say the 299. I like the 299.
I was coming to that. So I was speaking about Affiliate Africa Institute,
Okay.
right? It's a training program put together by the Gosevo Affiliate Network to educate first and then train upcoming influencers about affiliate marketing.
Very
You know, when we
necessary.
mention affiliate marketing now in the system, it looks like it sounds fraudulent or scandalous. So we want to first train and educate the market and tell people that there's a proper way to monetize, right? So we are organizing a training session starting on the 15th of July. You can visit start.affiliateafrica.com. start.affiliateafrica.com to enroll now. There's a huge discount for sign-ups, right? We are starting on the 15th of July. We are bringing in facilitators from the UK and India to take this. These are people who have gone through this for decades.
Yeah.
They've dealt with the big brands, the Nikes, the Adidas, and all those. So they really understand what affiliate marketing
That's
is.
Adidas. You should. Yes, Adidas. I see Adidas over there.
So I encourage everyone to enroll and then learn more.
Yeah, or you can simply dial *380
100 hash, yes.
To
star
register.
380 star 100 hash
to register.
Yeah. When you're putting the numbers, you need to slow it down.
That's it.
So
That's
people can actually get
Yeah.
it.
It is what it is. It is what
All
it
right, gentlemen, thank you so much, Prof, for enlightening us on what customer experience is. Thank you, Gosevo, for also, enlightening us on what affiliate marketing is and the opportunities that exist in that
The GSAN platform.
area of marketing. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the show continues.
This July, get ready for stories that will make your heart race. From love and passion to secrets and lies that can ruin everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m., Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m., Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m., and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m. Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus, Channel 133 on DSTV.
Why do we remain in places that drain us? Sometimes the pain we know feels safer than the uncertainty we don't. But what if the comfort you're holding on to is the very thing standing between you and the life you deserve? This week on Lifeline, we explore the hidden reasons we stay in comfortable misery and how to find the courage to step into something better.
Why do people stay in hurtful situations? You know this situation is not good, you know this situation is hurting you, you know this environment is toxic. Why do we settle in situations like that and do not want to leave to the next level? We don't like discomfort, but you teach yourself to handle discomfort. You teach yourself to do it anyway. Sometimes we love convenience too much. I can't say that too loud. We love convenience just too much. Little pain, little resistance, we are running away.
Lifeline airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. prompt, only on Channel One TV.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV with me, Dede Davis, and Nana Tufo Boateng. We have a birthday message here. You are one of the smartest, kindest, and most thoughtful people I know. I hope your special day is a direct reflection of the love you give. I hope today brings you everything you ever wished for. Happy birthday, Jocelyn Ifia Sewa Akoto Ameyao. Eish, from Ryan. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, is it the Ryan I know?
I think so. I think so. Anyway, happy birthday to you, Jocelyn Ifia Sewa Akoto. I hope that you have a good one. And we
I guess who else is celebrating a birthday today?
Tishboo! Happy birthday!
The boo of all boos.
Yeah.
The only human being who can add boo to any other name.
She calls everyone boo.
Everyone is boo. No, Tishboo, big shouts to you, man.
And
you know we love
of
you.
course,
yeah.
If we forget this one, we are dead.
No, you are the only one who's going to die. Me, I'm not dying now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Trudy's birthday. Gertrude Ewenam, belated happy birthday to you. She's looking all fly behind the cam. Oh my goodness. I hope you have a good birthday. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. I am Dede Davis.
And I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Many thanks for your time. But please do stay with us here on Channel One TV. We have a lot more compelling content coming your way.
Get ready this July to step into a world where culture meets commerce, ideas turn into opportunities, and Made in Ghana takes the spotlight like never before.